Hey everybody!
I just realized my technical hold. Let me fix this. Goodness me. Good. All right, now I fixed it. All right, all good. Everyone, my guest today. Now let me see if I say this right. Irina Shyshko.
Yes, that's right.
Did I say it
Correct.
right? Because I've been practicing. I'm like Shyshko, so I completely messed it up. I completely messed it up from the get go.
Australians, man, I swear to God.
Well, okay, so that's the thing, right? How long have you been in Australia? Because I thought, you obviously sound like you've been here for quite some time.
Yeah, I've been here for 11 years. So I was
Oh,
born in Ukraine and then I came when I was 11. So I'm 22 now. So I've been equal amounts of times either country.
yeah, right. Wow. Okay, I'm going to even crank myself down even more because I think I might be overwhelming in the loudness department. I think that's good. I think that's good. So you've been here for like 11 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, right. Man, that's crazy. What was because you said you're 22 now. So
hmm
you moved when you were 11.
Yeah,
Did you move with fam or was it like a solo move?
I moved with my mom and my sister, and it was really hard because Australians, no offense, are really racist. So my first day in primary school, I was going into year six, and this girl was like, "Go back to your country," and
No
nobody wanted to be my
way.
friend.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
god.
horrible.
Would you honestly, cuz I've heard that not me, but I've heard that Australians are quite racist in a lot of ways. I mean,
They are, yeah, definitely,
really?
100%.
Do
So
you
racist.
do you reckon do you reckon you still get that kind of stuff now? Oh, I've even got your name tag wrong. What a
Oh,
bloody.
it's okay.
No, I'll
um,
quickly fix it in the background there.
No, I don't get the racist comments in. I get like annoying stereotypes that are like applied to Russian people, and I'm not Russian, so it's kind of like, no, I don't drink vodka, and I'm not angry, and I am in many ways. Like it's just like I feel like people like to put my characteristics in racial ways, which is stupid.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. It's just like, but because I have an Australian accent, most people don't really think about it. Most of all, people are like, oh, are you? People ask if I'm American all the time because I have an American accent.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So, have you been to America like at all? Like, have you lived there for a while? Because you do have a bit of a
Oh,
America. Like, where does that kind of come from? Because I was thinking that
I,
as well.
oh, I learnt American English, and I learnt most of my English because when I came to Australia, I barely spoke any. I learnt it from like Family Guy and like South Park. I used to just watch TV, and I think like I picked up
Really?
everything from TV. Yeah,
No way. That's crazy. That's like
yeah,
you must have watched a hell of a lot. So you watch like Family Guy and all that sort of stuff. That's
yeah,
like
like
your
lots of
jam.
swearing.
Really? Okay, it's funny you mention that. All right, it's funny you mention that because of the fact that I heard you say the other day. It was on something. I think it was when you were going to play some Outlast, and you said you're
Mhm.
trying not to swear on stream. Is
Yeah,
that
well, the thing is, oh, sorry, I interrupted you.
no? No, you're right.
So I used to do YouTube for like a little bit, maybe 2 years ago, and I know that
Right.
YouTube is very strict with swearing. I know YouTube's extremely family
Yeah,
friendly.
with demonetization and whatnot. Yeah, which
Yeah,
is
and I've
kind of
heard Ninja
crazy.
being like, "I will never swear on stream again," and I was like, "Well, I guess that's just the way they're. That's just like how you're supposed to evolve." But I guess Twitch isn't like that.
Well, no, Twitch is. I think because it's live, I think it's tricky for people to censor it a bit more. I think it's kind of crazy though. Swearing to me is such a weird thing. It's like they really are just words, and I always kind of think if it's not directed at someone, it really there's no issue with it. I think as
True.
soon
Yeah.
as you direct it at someone, that's where the issue comes. It's more of the infliction or inflection. It's more of like what you're trying to say to someone. I mean, you could call them anything, and it's in a kind of offensive tone,
hmm
and someone will get offended. But really, when people get offended when you say fuck, just in general, like oh fucking hell or something like that, you know what I mean? Very Australian, and
Yeah.
people will be like, oh my god, like I'm offended. It's kind of weird, right? Like swearing. It's like what's your stance on it? Are you not a fan of it? I mean, obviously in Australia, a lot of people will kind of swear,
We
so you're
swear
probably
so much as Australians.
yeah,
No, I
it's
swear in real life, like as if I would censor myself. But I just feel like as I'm becoming an adult, it is so frowned upon. Like even like because I have an agent, a DJ agent, and even them, they have had to talk about my Instagram or the way that I say certain things. And I guess like you're supposed to be a bit more adult. When you're an adult, you're supposed to act like an adult. I just feel like this pressure to be an adult.
yeah. I mean, So you've got an agent for your DJing. So I did hype that up a little bit before we started. You
Oh,
work in the DJ world, which is very exciting. I actually wanted to be a DJ for a while there. I am not musically talented at all.
oh no.
Which is such a shame. I tried like playing guitar, tried piano. I opened up like DJ software once on my computer, and it just was a complete clusterfuck of like knobs and buttons. I'm like, I don't even know what to even work on first. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, forget this. Like where did that start? Like how'd you even get into that? What was kind of like the come up? Because as well, I know you studied music.
Oh yeah, it's a long road. I mean, my parents, because I'm from Ukraine. Ukraine's very they force you to go to piano lessons or violin. So they forced me to do piano when I was a kid, and I was like, I fucking hate piano. Piano sucks. And then I stopped doing piano, and then I just took up singing because I used to be in a choir as well. And then I did a Bachelor of Music, and as you know, when you get like a useless degree, you can literally get no jobs out of it. So I did Bachelor of Music and Bachelor of Criminology. And I was like, I want to do music, but I can't make money out of it, so I just became a DJ. And that's the only way right now to make money from music, to be honest.
Really? You reckon?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
is that from doing like clubs and whatnot? Like club
Yeah,
gigs?
it pays really well at the moment. I know
Really?
I know you're in Sydney, and Sydney's kind of
Yeah.
going down, but it still pays really well. Yeah.
Right. I mean, because I would have thought like the market for DJs was quite competitive. Is that like the case?
It's so competitive.
Really?
Yeah.
So how do you beat
Crazy.
the competition in something like that? Like how do you get the edge?
I'm I'm really good at making contacts. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I don't go out there, but I think people notice me a bit more because like first of all I'm a girl, and I guess I'm just like a nice person. I don't know. It's just you have to just like work towards it.
Is the female scene for DJing quite big, or is it mostly male dominated?
It's like 99% male dominated. To be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you think like that does get, because you're a minority in that way? I guess it would help a little bit. I mean, not coming from a sexist standpoint, more of just a minority and majority standpoint. I guess for the guys, there's so many of them in that market as well that it'd be hard to be noticed in a way because there'd be so many trying to do it. Not saying, of course, I'm sure there's a lot of girls on that come up. So I mean, any scene like that, I can imagine even 10% being female, there'd be a shit ton still in that scene.
No, I get it. Yeah. I don't think being a female helps. People sometimes use that against me. They say, "Oh, you get lots of gigs because you're a girl."
Yeah.
But you will never get hired based on your gender. Like never.
No.
Like this is not a place you get hired because you're pretty or because you have an Instagram following. You get hired because you can play music well and you can make the crowd dance. You're there to make money. You're there to make like the club money, and they don't give a shit what you look like. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. Do you reckon, like, so for your first gigs, what was like the vibe like? Were you nervous? Because obviously you're up in front of like people, you're trying to pump the place up. Like, is it something you had to learn, or was it something that you had like from the get go? Do you feel like you just nailed that shit from the get go, or has it been?
No. It's like super hard. I mean, the thing is, drunk people can be so mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's been really, really tough. It took a long time to learn. I literally got fired from my residency because some lady complained to the managers that I didn't have the song that she wanted, and I was like, "You're a fucking bitch."
No way.
Yeah, she nearly made me cry, like in the middle of my gig. I was so upset.
Whoa,
she was being so mean.
Wait, you got fired during a set? Or
No, after. Like I had to finish it. Obviously, you can't just be like, "Stop the music."
So they told you after the set and what? But like, so what? You didn't play the song they wanted.
Yeah.
And you got fired for that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How?
Yeah, I don't
brutal.
know. I don't know. It was really, really
From a
brutal.
residency.
Yeah. So I've learned how to like deal with people.
Yeah.
And just rudeness. I literally got assaulted at my DJ gig. I think like 3 weeks ago. This old lady came up at a corporate event, and she put my hands in an arm lock, whatever it's called, and it was like Robobank event. It was like an event for like Robobank employees.
Yeah, right.
And she literally assaulted me, and Robobank had to apologize to me. It's like people do stupid shit when they're drunk.
Yeah, man. Well, I've seen a fair share. It's a different scene, but I've definitely seen my fair share of drunk people because I photographed weddings for a number of years.
Nice. That's so cool.
So I've definitely seen my fair share of drunk people. I remember one, probably the messiest one I've seen, where by the end they were throwing the bouquets at each other. The girls were just hurling, lobbing the bouquets at people, and they were exploding everywhere. People were falling over. See, I'm not much of a drinker. Actually, I've never drunk before. Never drunk
Oh
alcohol.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't.
Being Australian and not drink.
I know. Yeah, very odd. But I feel like if
People be so mean to you.
No, I feel like it's good. People are quite understanding. I think most people usually when I say I don't drink, they're like, "Wow, you must save a lot of money." Which I honestly think like, how the hell do people save money because alcohol is so expensive? But yeah, so I don't really fuck with that scene too much, the drunk kind of scene. So I feel like if I was a DJ, I'd struggle with that because it's like kind of out of that scene. Do you find it can be a bit? I mean, when everyone's getting drunk and whatnot, do you find it can be a bit uncomfortable at times? Obviously, you got like women at corporate events, you know, getting you in. Like if that's a corporate event, it's like how the fuck do the just standard loose events go down?
It
You know what I mean?
gets
Have you had
it gets
some
bad.
fuck situations?
I've had mostly women. The thing is, I don't know what it is about
women.
me being a younger girl and having like older women have power, this weird power dynamic where they
That's
think they
super
can.
weird, dude.
Because guys, they try to hit on me, but I'm kind
Yeah.
of standoffish. I'm like I'm trying to do my job. Like
Yeah.
fuck off. Like genuinely, just fuck off. Just
Yeah.
stop talking to me. But with girls, you gotta be nice because girls take everything so fucking personally.
Yeah, right. Man,
Yes.
that's so weird. Do you reckon it's like a jealousy thing? They look at them like, you know, is it like they kind of go, that could have been me. That could have been
Yeah.
me if I played my cards right, but I'm in this corporate job. Do you reckon it's a little bit of that? Like what? Like, or do you reckon they're just? I don't know. Like, it's so. What do you think the vibe is that they? I mean,
I don't think it's always jealousy. I think it's just sorry I interrupted you all the time.
No. Interrupt me all you like. Interrupt me all you like.
No, I don't think it's jealousy. I think mostly just I feel like older. I don't know. I've never been an old woman. I can't have
Yeah.
the perspective
Yeah.
of an older woman. But I feel like they just maybe it's jealousy. I don't know. It's just like I don't feel like it's jealousy. They just think they can be mean to me because I'm a girl.
But an arm lock. Like,
Yeah, it was not funny. Like I was so upset after that.
Okay, so with this arm lock situation, I'm curious, like, where'd it go from there? Like, what happens in that situation? Like, you're just spinning the plates. Sorry, I'm not a DJ. I'm trying to relate here. You're spinning the plates. You're doing a few cuts on the old man, and then all of a sudden this chick comes up and gets you in the arm lock. What happens from there? Like, did she
I'll paint the scene.
Yeah,
This was on Cockatoo Island. Do you know Cockatoo Island?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Yes. This was a festival, like a festival for all Robobank employees. It was really fancy, like beyond the best gig I've ever had. I was there by myself. I was playing on this huge stage, and I guess I didn't have security around me, and people were requesting songs, and I just, it's fine. But this lady decided to go all the way at the back into my, like, van booth, and she was really drunk. She was spitting in my face. I think she was trying to request a song. She was in my space. The space was quite small.
Spits on face, then request song. That's how you do it.
And I'm just gently, I'm like, hey, can you please, like, leave? I'm trying to do my job. And she's like, no, how dare you say that? She takes my arm and puts me behind. And I don't stop the music at this point because people in front of me, there's so many people dancing, like hundreds of people. I can't just stop the music and be like, I'm getting assaulted. But I start yelling at the crowd, like, I need security. Yeah. Nobody's listening.
Holy shit.
And after a few minutes, one of the lighting guys comes up and escorts her out. And it was really messy because afterwards, the organizer, Robobank's like managers, HR all had to call me. I had to identify her face out of all these photos. They might get her fired. I don't know. It was just really like not fun. And I was really upset afterwards because you're supposed to have fun at your gig. My gig is to have fun. And when I get like yelled at and somebody makes me upset, I'm gonna take that really seriously. And I was like, fuck this gig.
Yeah. I mean that, like, have you ever had a gig that just goes so pear-shaped that you're just like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore? I mean, surely you have to deal with some people. Do you ever kind of get to, like, you know, having to deal with scuzzy people, has that ever made you kind of go, I don't know about this? Has it ever turned you off, or is it mostly positive?
It's like
kind of stuff?
half. It's mostly positive, like mostly positive people. I mean, in any job, like I've had shitty jobs. This is probably the best job I've ever had. Yeah,
right.
So, I mean, there's shitty people, but like, I don't know, like it's fine. Like it's really fun. There are great people there too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
hell yeah. I filmed a DJ gig. That's what you want to call it. It was you know Cascade? Yeah, he came to Sydney a fair few years back. Like this was probably like a decade ago actually now. That really ages me. But he came to Sydney and I remember like filming that. And I remember I was allowed up on the stage with him to film. And I remember some girl just runs up behind him and she grabs onto him while he's doing his set,
Oh.
and she's like, yeah, and she's like grabbing onto him and stuff, and he looks around like, and then
Where's security?
but they expected me to get her off the stage. I'm
Oh,
like,
shit.
I don't know what to do. Like, I'm just some kid with a camera. So I'm like, all right, let's go. And she's like, no. And it was so awkward because everyone's like, the crowd's there. They can see what's going on. I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble for harassment because I'm trying to move her off. But then all these security guards are down the stairs from at the bottom of the stage, kind of going, bring her here. I'm like,
Oh,
I don't know what to do. This isn't my job. Like, it was the most intimidating, weird situation to be in. So I'm like, this is not what I had planned when I came to film this. That was a weird night.
That's super weird.
Yeah, I remember that whole night.
That's not fair on you, man. That's not fair at all.
Yeah, I remember it was like, there was a lot of interesting people there because I was fresh out of school. I was a good kid, you know what I mean? Like, I just, I hadn't really been in that scene though. So I went and filmed this thing. I remember feeling so uncomfortable. I was like, all these people there getting drunk and all people dancing and stuff. And I remember I felt so, like, now I'd be fine. It wouldn't bother me. But I just remember back then it was like, the scene just seemed intense. Like, it's I don't know. It was a big thing though. There was like multiple rooms with multiple DJs, different types of music. I just remember it was like, but it seemed cool. But I remember at the same time, I was so uncomfortable. Especially after that kind of threw my night a bit after that. Because I remember I actually came down off that stage and one of the managers of it, or the event or something, told me off. He was like, you make sure that, and I'm like, I'm not security, right? It was so weird. It was so weird. And I was like, and I was a big fan of Cascade, so I felt a bit weird about it as well after that. Like, I don't know. I was like, hope he didn't see me try to be awkward. But that's like
you saved Cascade. You saved him.
I saved. You know what? That's a good way of looking at it. I saved that man. He owes me everything.
He does.
But that's like my only real foray into the scene of like, clubs and whatnot.
So you don't drink at all? You've never drunk?
No, never. Yeah, because the thing with me is if I drink one drink, that's opening the floodgates. You know what I mean? I've got an addictive personality, so I think if I drank,
fair enough,
it'd be like, well, I've had one now, may as well have 1,000 today. And that'd be sloshed every day. So I figure it's just more of a self-control thing.
It's really good on you because honestly, Sydney culture, because I started drinking when I was like 12. Because of Sydney culture.
Oh, you reckon you don't reckon if you had stayed in Ukraine, you would have, because Ukraine, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's more of a drug culture in Ukraine, so it probably was worse.
Oh, really? No way. So it's alcohol here and drugs in Ukraine, really? Yeah. Damn, so I was like, pick your poison at that point. What do you want to start doing at 12? Yeah. So you started drinking at 12, like heavily or just dabbling?
Oh, I don't, like dabbling at 12 and 13. I was like full on like asking adults to buy me alcohol, like shots and stuff. This is a bad reputation for me, but no, I don't do it anymore. I don't drink anymore like you. So
yeah, right. Oh, you don't drink as well?
No.
Really? What was like the turning point on that? Like, if you start drinking like at an early age, what was kind of like the point where you're like, you know what, I actually don't want this?
Well, it's like fun as a kid. You don't get hangovers. Like when you're 13 and you get chased by the cops and you're like having a great time with your friends, that's fun. When you're like 22 and you're at a club full of sleazy guys who are just trying to hit on you, it's like not fun anymore.
And I guess you don't want to be in that situation where there are guys hitting on you and your decision-making skills aren't maybe quite there because you're slightly intoxicated. I mean, that scares the shit out of me, honestly. Like, thinking about, like, just not being in control of my mind and waking up the next day and being like, what did I do last night? Like, and, some people have probably been locked away for years because of saying that they technically, in their mind, didn't do, but they did because they were drunk. You know what I mean? It's like, it's terrifying shit.
So you actually don't know what alcohol does? Because I feel like people
I know what it does,
everyone differently.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, I mean, I could be like a depressed drunk, or I could be an overly excited drunk, I could be an angry drunk. Who knows? It's a mystery.
Some people forget everything. See, I remember every single thing that I do, and all of my actions are my actions. Yeah, but you just can't control your body that well. That's the thing. Your body doesn't like do things. It doesn't want to do anything.
Some people just get blind drunk, and they just don't know where they are. And that's the thing that scares me, like not knowing where I am or what I'm doing. Like, I feel like that, like, guaranteed some people have just messed their lives up just from one messy night. And that's terrifying to think, you know what I mean? Like, they might be amazingly, but that's the thing. What do you think? Like, when people are like really good people, but then they have a messy night, they get drunk, and then they do something like, let's just say extreme, they kill a dude. Let's just say that, right? and they get locked up for, let's say, the rest of their life, something like that. But but without the alcohol, really good person. Do you reckon alcohol heightens, like, do you reckon they have potential to do something like kill someone without alcohol, but because alcohol doesn't just turn you into that. Surely there's like that kind of part of you already in there, right?
No, I mean, a lot of people say that you become the real you, like the true self
Really?
when you drink alcohol. Yeah, it's funny. Like, I'll either get like really angry or I'll get like way too like girly 12-year-old like excited. Like, it's
No
just
way.
like, it's like, or really happy. It's just like the weirdest. I don't know. I think you're just like less scared to say stuff. So if you have a crush around you, you're gonna be like, "I love you." Oh my god! Like like really bad. Like you don't want to be around people like you actually like are in love with.
Yeah, it's probably not the way you want to confess it, is it? Just straight up, straight away, "I love you." They're like, "Wow, that's strong." Have you ever had like anything like that? Have you ever had like a regrettable moment, like drunk moment where you've kind of confessed your love to someone, or?
Oh no, but I did get I was 14 and I was underage drinking at a park, and it was the day after New Year's Eve, and my grandma came down from Ukraine. And anyway, undercover cops who were dressed like normal dudes came to pick us up.
Shit.
And they took all my friends back to my house, and my grandma's like, "Oh, she brought friends over." Like she thought the guys were friends because she doesn't speak English.
Right.
And I passed out by this point on my bed, and all my friends got in so much trouble. I had to go to this like fucking what do you call it? It was like a underage drinking seminar.
Oh,
where
no
they
way.
talked to you about underage drinking.
No way. Oh man, you were in deep.
Yeah.
You're in the alcohol culture deep on that. Wow.
Bad.
What was that like? So you went with all your friends. Were you like, did you come out at seminar being like, wow, I need to make a change, or were you just kind of like, fuck it, I'm gonna drink still? Because as a kid, I'm sure that shit doesn't really affect. Like kids go into that stuff and they come out no different. Kids will do what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think I really cared. I mean, I think I really didn't give a shit when I was 14.
Yeah, I think a lot of 14-year-olds don't really give a shit at that point.
Yeah.
You know, it's a scary time.
Exactly. And I mean, I've done way worse things, and like I didn't get caught, so I was like, well, whatever, it's fine. Also, my dad, my real dad, because I have a stepdad now. My real dad in Ukraine thought it was really funny, and I was like,
he's like, "Oh, you're a true blue Aussie now. It's good. I'm happy for you." So you say, okay, I don't know how deep you want to delve, but you said you've done worse. I don't know. I don't want you to,
reveal all my crimes.
Like cops bust through your door and go, all right, we got her. But
just like stupid shit. We used to not break into houses, but break into backyards and like go swim in the pools.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's really illegal.
Sounds like something you see in a movie. It's like
but we used to like just pool hop all the time.
Yeah, right.
Really bad.
That's pretty cool though. Did you ever get caught? Was that something? Surely like someone came out, "Hey, who's a bloody kid?"
We yell at you, like, "Oh, whatever."
Yeah, shit. Wow. Because you said as well, you got chased by the cops or whatnot.
All the time. So
really?
Bondi. I don't know where you're at, but I
Bondi,
still live in Bondi. And we used to drink in Bondi Beach, which is like the most famous beach I think.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
We used to be in this park, and just like all these cop cars would just come like surround this park, and we'd all have to like separate and run from them. Like happens so much,
That's the sort of thing I can imagine would like be a good memory though. Like you probably look back on that somewhat fondly in a way, right?
Yeah.
Like you look back because I mean, as much as they might be like, I don't know, I don't even have a running from the cop story.
No.
That sucks. I have running from like people that are trying to kill me kind of stories.
Jesus, what happened?
Well, not kill me, but I've had times, where you're a kid and you'll be in like a car park and people start driving after you and stuff. I'm in like I'm in like the western suburbs of Sydney. So they're not, they're not as safe side of Sydney, where people get stabbed. That's fine. I'm still alive. I can't wait to leave. But I grew up in like kind of a not overly sketchy, but a little bit sketchy area. And there was definitely like, situations where you'd say the wrong thing to the wrong person at night and they just follow you for a while. More intimidation. I said the wrong thing to someone once and they said something back. I got in my car and started kind of revving after him just to intimidate, but then they threw a glass bottle at my car. And I was like, well, never doing that again. Stuff like that. Like that's the worst thing when people call you bluff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like you're like, yeah, I'll intimidate these people, because they were trying to intimidate me. I'll get them back doubly as hard. And then they like actually throw something at you or you bitch it eventually because they're like, you're like, no, this person will probably kill me. These days, you know what? You can't, in today's day and age, you can't take your chances. You can't bluff these days. It's like you hear about people like getting like king hit and they call it coward punch now and stuff like that in Sydney.
Yeah.
Which I haven't heard really, thankfully, I haven't really heard of for a while there. That shit was going down like seemingly almost every weekend. But it's stuff like that. It's like you can't like, see, I always think like, right, if I was in a situation where some guy's like, oh mate, square up, and I'm, and I was like, you know what, all right, like, and he's massive compared to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, like, I'll just bluff. I'll just pretend like, I'll be like, oh, you want to go? It's like, I reckon that'd be worse because no one's going to be like, oh damn, he's serious. They're going to probably come at me and beat the shit out of me.
Definitely,
It's like you just can't take a chance. In Sydney, I don't know, man. Sydney's a little bit rough.
Sydney can be rough. I mean, honestly, even my friend got king punched, but he didn't die. He was just in Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is like the gay festival, like parade thing. He was just walking through the crowd, and some guy decided to punch him in the face, and all his teeth fell out. Like I was like,
oh my god. Yeah. I have a little bit of a fear of losing my teeth. Like I think it should be everyone's fear, right?
Oh my god, yes.
But like, I can't even imagine it. Imagine getting your teeth knocked in. Just losing all.
Oh fuck, that would hurt so much.
I wouldn't be so upset about I'd be more upset about just losing my teeth than the pain. But
yeah.
But the thing is now you can like get new teeth now. They've got those implants. Have you seen them?
Yeah, like but they really hurt.
And they're really. I think they're like $1,000 per tooth or something crazy like that. But there's a YouTuber recently. He had really messed up teeth. I don't know. You probably haven't heard of him. Boogie2298, I believe.
Oh yeah. So he got new teeth.
Oh, you did say yeah. And his teeth were like messed up, and he's got new teeth. They look weird, I think, because it's so normal to see him with like a certain mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But I always think like, as long as I make my riches before I lose all my teeth, I'll be fine. But did you see what they do when they did? Like he made a vlog showing like the process. Yeah, I know that was the face I was pulling, and they showed it before they put the teeth in. I don't know if anyone's like queasy, but he looked like something out of like a cyberpunk kind of like movie. He had like metal rods coming out of his gums.
Yeah,
like so weird. And I thought, could I do that? And I'm like, no, I'll still take care of my teeth. Like, I don't think I'll just be like, well, at least I can just buy a new pair. It's like not that easy. It looks horrific.
Yeah, no, I used to actually, I worked as a dental assistant for a little bit.
Oh, you did? My wife actually did as well.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, for a little while.
I actually started flossing immediately because I saw exactly metal rods. They just shove these fucking rods inside your gums, and it looks so painful.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Once those metal rods are in there, at least they're just like, what, you pretty much got interchangeable teeth, I'm sure. You can just take them out, put some new ones in. I'm sure they're not cheap, but it's probably more so just getting those rods in there. Yeah, look, when Tay worked there, Tay's my wife, she worked at a dental, as a dental assistant for a while there.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Like, she even told me about one situation where, like, you have to clean, like, all the instruments and whatnot after every person obviously has been through. But she said there was a few situations where someone with AIDS would come in, and it's like, obviously because they've got that disease, or what do you call it? Like, I guess it's a disease, and you have to be super, super careful because they've got the blood and whatnot, and you're working inside their mouth and all that. And I thought that would, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. I'm a bit queasy. Like, are you a bit queasy with like, like, even like watching like those, have you ever seen the show Botched?
I love Botched. Stop.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
I love it, but they start like cracking their nose open.
The nose.
Like,
oh man. No,
like,
I have plastic. I have my implants, breast implants.
Oh,
and I just
really?
like, yeah. And it's, that's why I like watching it. Cause it's nice to see people get repaired. Cause so many people
get
fucked up by plastic surgery.
Like people, they put them in backwards, or they'll put them in wrong, and they'll like, there was one where it like burst inside the chick, and it's like, how the fuck? And she just left it for ages, and they're pulling it out, it's all gunky and shit, and I'm like, I'm struggling to eat my breakfast right now, which I probably shouldn't eat while I'm watching it, but yeah,
it's a good show though. It shows like women to like be careful with like what you're doing, because some people get so brave.
Isn't it funny though? Every episode they have maybe like 2 legitimate cases where people actually have had fucked up surgery from somewhere in Mexico or something. And then, but they're always in the middle. They always bring someone in who's like well and truly just overdone it. And they're just, everything is nothing's real anymore. And they're like, I want my boobs to be the size of me. I want each one to be identical. And I'm like, how? Like, how does that not affect you on a day-to-day basis? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they'll come in and they'll want their boobs just blown up to like unrealistic, and I'm like, you will literally need like some sort of thing to hold them as you walk, like your back would snap. And it's like, what do you think it is, right? Like, because so you've had the surgery, and you obviously don't feel the need to like go bigger and bigger, like, whereas some of these people obviously they do it and then they get this obsession, like where it's never enough, and to the point
like
where
you said, you have an obsessive personality. If you get, because once you get one surgery, I feel like sometimes you feel more comfortable getting more, and then if you have an obsessive personality, you're gonna just keep going because you think everything's wrong with you. Sorry,
Oh no, you're fine. It's also like tattoos and whatnot. People say like in the first one is the hardest one. People get a tattoo and they're like, oh, once you get your first one, you want another one. And people go crazy with that. Some people start with like maybe a little like, you know, cross on their wrist. Next minute they're tattooing the whole face. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh my God, you went in deep. But yeah, I mean, plastic surgery, it scares me a little bit. I always wonder if I had to get plastic surgery, what would I do? I'd probably get Botox in my forehead. That's what I would do. Because apparently, we had Ellie on the second episode of the podcast, and she was getting Botox in her lips. She hadn't done it yet. She's done it now. So we were talking about, she's telling me like the process of it. And she said actually getting in your forehead can reduce headaches. Like if you get headaches a lot, apparently, because and I get headaches a lot. So I'm like, could help. Because I always feel like I've got that like strain around. So, I mean, I think when it's like especially kind of helping like a pain or something. Yeah, but is it like, have you ever thought of getting other stuff done? Was it kind of like,
well, Sydney, Sydney, right? Eastern suburb Sydney is where I'm at. And it's, even every club that I play at, all these girls have the most incredible to the worst plastic surgery I ever see. All of them have lips done. All of them have the full face done. I don't know why this like LA culture has come twinkled down into Sydney, but everyone has everything done, and it's like everything. All that girls care about now is plastic surgery, and you just feel this pressure.
What's your thought on it? What's your thought on like the culture of everyone kind of wanting to look like a Kardashian or something like that? Because that's really what it is. I mean, the Kardashian culture has really moved. It's very prevalent here. I mean, you see a lot of young ladies that look like Kim Kardashian, and you're like, wow, like they're looking very similar now. Like, what's your thoughts on it? Do you think like it's gone too far at this point, or do you think that it's to each his own? Do you think there's like risks to it in a way? Like,
I think every time there's a celebrity or like somebody we admire, people just want to copy them. Like kind of like I remember reading about Marilyn Monroe. Everybody wanted to look like Marilyn Monroe. So I mean, it would always happen. I personally don't like it because I don't know. I have like I wouldn't suit big lips. I don't look like a Kardashian. I'm not gonna try to look like somebody that I can't even like look like. You just have to accept yourself for who you are, I think.
Yeah. See, I agree with that. It's like that's the thing I worry about, right? I was talking about this on one of my last streams. The whole thing with the Kardashians, I'm not sure what your stance on them is, but they kind of put themselves out there as being like a real image of confidence. But the thing I worry about is that if anyone changes their appearance to that degree, because they've had like quite a bit of work done in place, I worry that that's kind of giving this kind of image of like, if you don't like what you look like, you can just change it. Like almost like you should change it if you don't like what you look like. It's not kind of teaching young girls to be confident in the skin they're in, which growing up, that's what I thought was kind of what we were all taught, to love the skin you're in and whatnot. Now it's like, well, if you don't like it, just change it. So you look at like Kylie Jenner, she doesn't even look like what she used to. I mean, I don't know if like you look at like old episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and she looks like completely different, and it's just crazy. I would struggle though, because I want to be able to see the face I was not born with. That'd be weird, but you know what I mean. Like it's kind of like you really just you say goodbye to the old you, and you're a completely different person in that way. I mean,
I have a weird stance on it. I'm for plastic surgery if it's gonna make you feel better about, like, when I get my implants, I felt so much better about myself. I was so happy. I can see that it makes a huge difference if you have like a really big nose and you want to change it and you think it's gonna make your job prospects better, if it's gonna make you feel better. But just like do it naturally, do it in a safe way, because I think there's people go to Thailand to get their implants done, and I'm like, you're actually the stupidest person.
That's so, can't imagine. It's like, yep, go to Thailand, open me up, throw me in. It's like, no way, dude. Just don't put your hands in me or around me with knives and surgical. Like, fuck that shit. Well, there was that lady who, I don't know, it wasn't a Thailand thing, but I don't know where I saw this. It was on some sort of like, it might have been My Strange Addiction or something, and she had so much lip filler that the doctors started refusing her lip filler. They said, no more, you've had too much. She went home and she injected cooking oil into her lips. She was that addicted to it. She went home and her lips, I'm sure you can look the photo up. If you look up cooking oil lip injection on Google, you probably see the lady I'm talking about. Her lips were like just massive, but she like swollen face, just a mess. It might have been everywhere though. She probably put it in her cheeks and everything, but she got to the point where she was so obsessed with it that she just and that's the thing. It's like some people, I guess, have obsessive personalities, addictive personalities.
No, that's it. Yeah,
where it's never enough, and it's scary to think that they can't realize that that's too much. They like, I just need more, and it's like they go past that almost point of no return as well.
And that's what I see. I see it in clubs. Yeah, I see it in clubs where girls get their lips done, but they always feel, I don't know, your body and your mind, you get distorted. You don't have the clearest perception of what you look like. So then you just keep going back and back and get bigger and bigger lips. That's just what I see constantly, and I feel like people can't stop.
Yeah.
Like, it's so easy to get lip fillers now. You go to your fucking laser clinic, a wax place, and you can get your lips done.
Oh, sorry. No, continue.
Yeah, you can get it. You can literally get them done anywhere, and it's so accessible that people will always take it too far.
Is it just an in and out thing? You can just go in pretty much.
Yeah, so easy. Yeah, exactly. In and out. Yeah.
That's crazy. So you don't even have to same with tattoos though. You could just walk in and get a tattoo, like spur of the minute. It's kind of crazy that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's so many people that have gotten tattoos and like on a whim, and
have you got any?
No, I don't have any.
Hey,
I'm literally so straight edge. It's terrifying. So you don't have any either. Have you thought about it? When
I was a kid, but my dad is a doctor, and I don't want to offend anybody in chat who's actually got tattoos, but it's actually in health wise, it's really bad to get tattoos for your skin and your health. Yeah, because it is ink. It does fade over time, and the ink does seep into your if you have it on your arms, it goes into like a little, I don't know what they call it. I'm not a doctor. Yeah, I'm not smart, but it does block passages in your blood and your arteries. It actually does impact your health really badly, and he's seen so many cases where people's tattoos have made arms like double their size because like it blocks the arteries. Yeah, it's really fucked. Like, then just shouldn't get them done.
Then why do we not hear about this? Why is this how is this the first time I've heard of this? This seems
I don't know.
I feel like this should be like, I mean, then again, tattoo culture has blown the fuck up in the last decade. I feel like tattoos were always like a thing, like, like bikies would have tattoos, or, edgy people. But now anyone's getting, like, even like everyone's mum is getting a tattoo. Like, everyone's getting a tattoo. Like, it's almost more random when someone doesn't have a tattoo. Like, we're like unicorns at this point. We're magical creatures.
I just feel like I meet so many people who are like, I want to be a famous musician, that I need to get a tattoo now because then I'm not going to be taken seriously. And I'm like, you're fucking stupid. Yeah.
No way. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you would know of like Tiger Lily, DJ Tiger Lily.
Yeah, I know.
I think she's Sydney. She might be Sydney based.
She's in Sydney. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think she has any tattoos. I don't. No, she might have like a small one, but she's not like plastered. It's like, there's plenty of like artists that definitely don't have tattoos. So that's a weird perception to have, that that they don't think people will take them seriously, or I think people do feel like they need something to set themselves apart. You know what I mean? These days, it's like so many people are trying to be different, and like everyone wants to be different. Everyone wants to be like, they don't want to be like the next person. Everyone's trying to find their individuality, but at this point, everyone tries to be so different that they end up all being the same. It's that's like true, a bit of a, I don't know. It's weird. I can't do it. I feel like I'd get something tattooed on me, I'll regret it the next day. I'll be like, what the fuck have I done? If you had to get a tattoo, where and what? That's the question. Where and what would you
I always really liked like hand like little. You know, when you were a kid, you just like used to
Yeah.
scribble on your hands.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, oh, cool, but I don't want to.
Yeah. No, that's true. Like really inconspicuous, like just like a little something on the knuckle, like just one knuckle.
Yeah.
I know some
What about
people.
you?
I know some people get their wedding rings
Oh,
tattooed on their fingers, but I reckon that would
no,
look so dirty
no,
eventually, and it would hurt like
no.
hell. I reckon if I was to get one, I'd probably get like a little. Like I love Spirited Away. It's a Studio Ghibli film.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah,
that
yeah.
movie? Yeah,
Amazing. Yeah.
favorite movie of all time. I'd probably
Cute.
get I don't know. I don't know. Some people might be like, that's girly, but I don't really care. Maybe No Face. You know, No Face.
Yeah, yeah, amazing.
And I'd probably get just a little one poking out from my shoe, like on my ankle, so I just
Cute.
peek up from the sock. I've seen people with stuff like that before. I think it'd be funny to see him poking up from the sock, and it'd be so small and inconspicuous. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it wouldn't. No one would kind of think anything of it. It'd just be a fun little thing to have. But yeah, I would never get anything big. Oh, have you seen that? Do you watch much MTV? Have you seen that show, Just the Two of Us?
Yeah, I have when they choose each other tattoo. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I would never do that. Don't
Like-
fucking touch me.
For people like us who don't have tattoos, that is a nightmare because they it doesn't matter the size. They'll put full back pieces on them pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
No, fucking never.
Okay. How much? Okay. I like these for $1 million. For $1 million, would you let someone pick a tattoo to have on you for life? Can't be the face though. Can't be neck up. It has to be like collarbone and below.
I reckon 5 mil.
5 mil? No way. Oh, just a casual 5 mil. Just casual 5 because one's not. Oh my god. Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna need like I want to buy a house, so it's like I'm
Yeah.
gonna need 5 mil for that. So I mean,
Yeah, true,
I'm
true,
willing
true.
to sacrifice my body for that.
5 mil would set you up.
Yeah.
And then some. Nice house, nice car, you were set. Bills paid for the rest of the life. Yeah, that's wild. Look, yeah, $1 million. Why lowball yourself, huh? Why
What about you?
fucking-
What you're gonna lowball yourself? 1 mil.
Nah, 10 million.
10?
Yeah. Nah, I want a better house than you. I want to be waving
Fair enough.
from the higher hill, and just but I'm literally like I had to do the full face, like a full bodysuit tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the people that go full bodysuit and the full face tattoos and stuff, that's what I struggle with. I just think, man, that's crazy. But that those people at that point are like so in it they don't care. Like they'd rather be tattooed than not tattooed. It's not like they've tripped over and fallen on like a tattoo needle and accidentally tattooed their full body. They know what they're doing at that point. But I watched a little mini documentary, and it was on YouTube the other day. And this guy, I think he worked at a bank or something, which is so random. But full body tattoo, full face, full head to shoulder.
Wow.
Yeah, and he worked as a normal job. But he's like, I just wish people wouldn't stare at me when I try and go get milk from the shop. I'm like, dude, you did this to yourself. Like, you don't have a choice. People are going to stare at you no matter, you have to be ready for that. Like,
Yeah.
it's a shame, but people are going to look. It's like, there's a guy, I believe he's in Sydney. I think he's from Sydney, but he's like, he's only probably your age, like 22. I'd say he's super young. And he's like face is fully covered.
Ugh.
But he
Yeah.
also tattooed his eyes.
Oh no, that's so bad for you.
They're completely black. Yeah, I'm thinking if you're telling me that like it can affect the skin, then the eyes. No one
Spot on
knows.
the eyes.
No one knows the effect. Surely, no one
There's
knows.
literally
No,
There's literally one artery that there's one artery in your eye. If that blocks, you are blind, and it's so easy to go blind if you do that. Like so
Holy
easy.
fuck! I wonder. You know what? I wonder. I haven't heard of anyone going blind yet from eye tattoos.
I have plenty.
Really?
There's plenty of cases. Yeah, plenty.
No way! I haven't heard of any, which is crazy. I feel like I should that should be like a big thing. Like, don't get them done as soon as people go blind from it. That's where it kind of should be like, okay, game over.
Well, people have gone blind from Botox. Because the thing is, again, like I know this stuff because I lived with a medical doctor. So you can go blind because like there's little veins, arteries, I don't know, in your face.
Yeah.
That if you inject the needle into the specific face, half your face goes numb.
Oh,
like it happens
the
all
nerves
the time.
and shit. Yeah, it's like when people used to get the eyebrow pierced. And people said if you get your eyebrow pierced, your whole face might drop. Yeah, it's called Bell's palsy when your face drops. My mum actually, she didn't get Botox or a piercing. She actually had Bell's palsy for a while there, it can come good. She's completely normal now. Not like those unnormal Bell's palsy. It made it sound like normal. Sorry for all the people that have Bell's palsy out there. Actually, I've known a few people who've had it, and they've all come good from it. Yeah, even Ninja, Ninja, the popular streamer. Fortnite. His wife had Bell's palsy. Only 2 or so months, or maybe a bit longer. Maybe it was probably late last year. And she came on stream at one point. They didn't say she had it or anything. She came on stream and she was like, how you going? Just fucking one side. And she did not care. And I thought, good on you for not giving a shit. Like, that's confidence. Bravery. That is confidence. And they were just laughing about it. And everyone was like, in the chat was like, what the fuck is going on there? Like, because it looks weird. You can't, like, and that, it was like, my mum had that for like, it would have been 2 weeks at least.
Wow.
Because she had this like weird form of like migraine headache, and it was so bad it caused her fucking side of her face just to go whamp. And I remember getting home from work back when I lived at home. I got home from work and I walked through the door and she's like, hey, how was work? And I was like, good. And I looked at her and she just looked a little bit off, just a little bit though, only slightly. And I was like, Mum, are you all right? Like, half your face is a bit fucked up. And she was like, oh, I thought I noticed something weird. And she ran to the mirror and she's like, oh yeah, my face is fucked. She didn't say it like that. But she was looking, but by that night, the whole face was just dropped. It's crazy.
Oh, no.
And just from getting a headache, it's scary stuff. But if anyone ever has it, most people I know, I know maybe like 3 or 4 people to have it, including Ninja's wife. Like, I've heard of people, and it's all come good, but apparently sometimes it doesn't. But man, I can't even imagine it. Can't even imagine like having, like, even just the feeling of it. I've never had like I haven't been to the dentist in like 15 years. Okay. Just all right. I'm just saying. I'm the one worried about my teeth falling out. I'm just saying. But I'm kind of worried about like, well, I don't think someone said they do use gel or something now, but a lot of people say they still use like the needle in the palate and they numb your mouth or something. Like I feel like I'd struggle. I don't know. Needles near the mouth. I don't think I.
They're really big needles too. They're like
Now you're telling me that, and it doesn't help. I'm already worried about going, and not just for that. Even the money of it, going to the dentist is just ridiculous. By the way,
unless you have insurance, I don't know. I'm not an adult. I have no idea.
Unless you have insurance, it feels bad for me. Being an adult, right? Like that adjustment is not easy. I'm 32 this year. Yeah. I'm turning 32. I'm still learning.
Are you?
Oh, fuck yeah. Taxes, insurance.
Taxes? What the fuck do I do? What am I doing? I don't know.
It's a nightmare, especially when you start streaming and if you're working a second job and you got 2 incomes and you're trying to mesh it all. It's tricky. But I've made the mistake. I ran my own business for a while there doing videography for weddings. And I got really behind on tax for like a couple of years. I got like thousands of dollars behind tax. Like, I think I got up like $10,000 in debt because I didn't account for the right amount, and I had to pay that back over like 2 years, and it was a nightmare. So yeah, tax is pretty scary when you work for yourself. Hopefully, I'm not freaking you out right now. Don't make the same mistakes I did.
How do you not make those mistakes though? I don't know. Nobody teaches you this.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, you don't learn it at school. They don't teach you that shit at school. You have to you have to work out, because it depends on like what tax bracket you're in and all this shit. It's funny though, like the more you make, the more they'll tax, like the more they'll take. So they make it very hard for you to succeed. You know what I mean? It's like, because the more you make, the more percentage they'll take. So they're kind of trying to keep you all on the same level. It's like a little bit. But you said you make a bit from DJing.
I mean,
like,
I don't get enough gigs. I mean, I make enough as much as I used to when I used to do bottle service before it. I make as much, but like I just do way less hours.
Well, is that like a full-time thing for you, or like along with like what's like the regular week of Irina kind of involved?
2 days a week, so it'd be like 3 to 4 hours each gig. Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. It's about like $60 to $100 an hour.
Oh shit, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so you can be really good, but yeah, it's hard to get gigs. That's the thing. It's not like you're constantly like in demand. But
I mean, because do you have a residency now?
I have 3. Yeah, but they're not every week. Yeah.
Oh right, so you have to rotate. I thought kind of having a residency meant you pretty much had exclusivity for that place, and you just were like, I own this domain. Everyone back until you don't play some chick song, am I right? And then you're out of it until you.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember what song it was, by the way?
Yeah, I do. It was American Boy by Estelle. Fucking bitch.
Someone should have been firing her. Let me just tell you that much. Someone should have been firing her. That's wild. Okay, I want to jump back to Twitch streaming. Because obviously people that are here from your stream know that you're a Twitch streamer because you came from your stream. How was your stream today, by the way?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, thank you.
You were doing a bit of DJing, I believe.
I was, yeah.
Yeah, right. But I think, what day was it? It probably wasn't yesterday. It was a couple of days ago. You're playing Outlast.
It wasn't Sunday. It was yesterday, yeah.
Sunday. Was that it was yesterday. Yeah. I get my days just completely just go to...
Fair enough.
I think as soon as you start streaming full time, it's you just don't know what day it is.
It's fair enough.
How'd Outlast go? Are you a bit of a horror buff?
I liked Resident Evil. We have VR at my boyfriend's house. VR.
No way! You played Resident Evil 7 in VR.
It's so fucked. It's fucked.
I played that on stream and that without VR, and that was scary enough. Did you play?
I feel like Outlast is less scary, which I like, and it's more of
less scary.
Yeah, because it's more
creepy,
like,
maybe.
But nobody really like follows you. Resident Evil is like somebody's fucking following you.
Yeah,
constantly.
like the old dude, and he's like so slow, yet he keeps up with you. I'm like, how the fuck, dude? I'd be running, I'd be like out of there, and he's just hobbling behind, getting more fucked up as the game goes on. Spoilers. And it's like, how are you still behind me? Get away from me, you creep. That game has some moments in it though. Like,
nah, it's not cool.
I would love to play that shit in VR. Like, I would love to. VR.
I don't think you would. It's really fucked. It's like this.
You calling me a bitch?
No. I'm just saying there are things that don't make sense in Resident Evil 7. Like you'll have pop-ups that don't make sense. You'll be in front of the door. Yeah, but like you'll be like right in front of the door, like you face the door, and someone's above you coming. Like it doesn't make any sense.
It's like she was just at your feet or saying, just like kind of crawled in front of you and then jumped up. Yeah, that is. Hey, they got to scare you somehow. They got to get you right when you least expect it. And if that means you're literally up against a wall and there's no physical possible way that she could be there, they'll put her there still. It's like the game. Do you ever play PT? There was a game called. It was like a free. It was supposed to be for Silent Hill. It was,
cool.
And it didn't come out. Silent Hill got cancelled, but it was like this playable trailer thing. I think that's what PT stood for. And it was basically you'd walk around this same hallway. It was just an L-shaped hallway. You'd come out one door and then walk down the hallway and go through another door. But every time you went down, something was slightly different, and things would like be standing at the end of the hallway. And lights would flick off as you get closer. That was probably one of the scariest things I ever played. I tried playing it the other day. You can't actually get it anymore. It was on PlayStation. They actually took it off the store. Well, actually, when they took it off the store, because the game that it was promoting got cancelled, people were selling their PlayStations for over $1,000 because it was like, when Flappy Bird, that stupid iPhone game, everyone's playing, and the guy, I don't know what happened with that, but do you remember he took that off the like Apple?
He did. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he took it off the store. Some people were saying he was getting like threatened or something, and so he was like, I'm taking off. He was making like, I'm sure, millions off that. That was like the top game. Some guy from Indonesia or something, and he ended up pulling the whole game because I think he just couldn't deal with the pressure.
Shit.
But that game got removed, and people were selling the iPhones, I believe, for a couple of $1,000s because it was like rare with this game that you couldn't get anymore. Now everyone's made like clones of it, so it doesn't matter. I always wonder, right? People that buy stuff like that, like someone that buys like an iPhone with like an app on it that you can't get anymore for a couple of days, surely they regret that shit shortly after, because no one cares about Flappy Bird anymore, right?
No, nobody cares.
No one cares. So I'm sure there's someone sitting there with like an iPhone 4 or something at the moment. Like, why did I pay $3,000 for this? They can't sell it now. No one's going to care. It's not
like if you have that money to spend on just a Flappy Bird iPhone, I don't think you'll care because you already have that money to spend.
I'm going to go on a limb and say there was at least a couple of people that did not have the money and just probably were like, surely someone was like, I don't have the money, but I know it's going to be worth something in the future, and they buy it and then it just completely go. Have you ever had that? Have you ever bought something where you've kind of gone, this is going to be a good investment? And then eventually...
Never. I'm not an adult, but you're going to have to tell me your experiences so I don't make them.
I don't think I have anything. I don't think I mean, do I have something? Maybe. I mean, the only thing that's ever happened for me that's gone up in value is my house that I'm in now.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Sydney prices are fucked at the moment.
I will never be able to afford a house. I don't know how it's going to happen.
Well, we see, Tay and I bought like 8 years ago. We got married 8 years ago.
Oh, amazing.
And we bought this house right before like prices went up. Like they even they were giving money to buy a house. The government was giving money. They had the first homeowners grant. So if it was the first house you've ever bought, they were giving like $20,000 or something. And I think that before that they were giving more, like 50,000 or something, to buy a house. So it's crazy, like in less than a decade, how much it's flipped from like they were paying people to buy a house in Sydney because no one was buying houses, to now people can't fucking buy a house because they're so expensive. So we're going to sell it. It's like doubled in price, so we're selling and moving up the coast. Yeah. But that's the thing. You said
you're moving up the coast. Where at?
Yeah, more Newcastle way. Newcastle way. Yeah, up Newcastle.
I live here. I live down this way.
Oh, you're up Newcastle way. I thought you were like Sydney.
I'm half the week in Sydney because all my gigs are in Sydney, so I gotta stay there.
Oh,
but
shit.
most of the time I'm on the coast.
Because you said eastern suburbs, yeah? Like, you're kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah, because eastern suburbs is like pretty... Like, that's like... If you were to live in Sydney, you'd want to live in the eastern suburbs. Like, eastern suburbs is beautiful.
It's expensive.
I shot a few weddings of people that lived in eastern, and they were like... A lot of them were South African Jews.
Yeah, well, my school was South African Jewish, and yeah, it was really expensive. And,
it's like the demographic there, and they have money. They have like
so much money,
and their houses are on cliffs, but like that look over the ocean. And I'm like, how do I get myself a piece of this pie? Like, it's crazy. I mean,
I had friends at school with like literal elevators in their house, like 5 trampolines, 3 pools, elevators, underground tunnels. I'm like, what the fuck?
You know what? Yeah, actually, I've seen an underground tunnel as well. I did a bit of drone photography for a while there for real estate work, and I remember because we would, you know, for all the big houses that we're trying to sell, they'd get like a drone to do like video stuff. So it looked, for their promo stuff, it was more amazing looking, rather than if you would just sell like a house in the western suburbs, you just get some guy to take a couple of quick snaps and throw it up on Gumtree or something. But we went in and they had a wine cellar in that house, which isn't abnormal in a fucking mansion, but they had actually like a cave, like a stone cave that had been chiseled by hand that went underground to this like bigger cave. Like, this was all chiseled underground from the rock, and apparently it was by hand. It had water trickling down the rocks either side with like little moats. It was the weirdest thing. And then you'd walk down this tunnel, and then it'd be like this cellar, this wine cellar, all this like underground. This like mansion had like this. It was the most insane thing. Like, I couldn't believe that was in Sydney. But that's the thing. Some people have money. Like I mean, is that the dream? Is that the DJ dream? Can DJ?
The DJ dream.
Yeah, can
people, underground.
The wine cellar. Look, hey, I would almost be like, chisel this whole shit out. I'll live under here. It was amazing.
Right? Like, it's a whole apartment.
live in a cave. Like,
$500 a week.
Oh yeah, it's in Sydney. Oh, in Sydney, 500. Okay.
Underground cunt tunnel.
That's generous. 500 in Sydney a week. That's generous.
Generous. Yeah.
Couple of thou. Yeah. You want your tunnel? You're gonna have to pay. I mean, hey, it might get to the point where we have to. You know, maybe the peasants like me will have to go underground eventually, because hey, like that, the world's getting pretty overpopulated. I'm just saying. Surprised actually, Japan. Oh wait, was it China? Oh shit, it might have been China. I think they've put like a limit of how many kids you can have or something. Someone was saying.
Oh,
like,
they took that away. I think.
They took it away.
So what happened? I think they had 1 or 2. Policy,
right.
But they used to drown women or girls who used to be born because they would prefer a male, because in the Chinese communist society they prefer males, so it got really bad.
You reckon they used to drown their kids?
100%, yeah, it happened all the time.
What happens with that? So surely there's some sort of law there where they can't.
Communism. I don't know. No, they didn't care.
Oh my god, what a wild place that is! Holy shit.
I don't even know about that. It's a 1-child policy, sorry. So you can only keep 1 child. So if it's a girl, because girls aren't very important in communism, or in China, I guess, or whatever. They used to.
Well, that's terrifying.
It's like
hard enough to win the initial race to just be born. Then you get born, they're like, well, too bad. I'll just drown you.
And if you have twins, you'll have to choose.
Really, they make you choose. Holy shit.
I don't know if they make you. I don't know.
Or they age you. I mean, kids are expensive. Like, I don't know firsthand just yet, but I'm sure it's soon that I'll have to live that reality.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm getting on a bit. I'm getting older. We're not getting younger. And yeah, they're fucking expensive. I couldn't imagine
So
like the people that have like no hate towards them. You do you, you know. People that have like 8 kids. It's
mm-hmm.
like, how do you manage that? Like I think 1 kid would be enough to try and
Yeah.
juggle. But 8 kids, like I don't get that. I always feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of like selfish. I know it sounds weird. That's my stance on it. Because I feel like that, you know, well, if people are overpopulating the planet and then someone has 8 kids, it's like that's it's almost like they're trying to take over the world at that point. You know what I mean? They have 8 kids. Yeah, like they have 8 kids, and they tell their kids, you got to have 8 kids. Go forth and do my bidding, and then their bloodline just spreads. I don't know.
You actually don't need to have that many kids because before, I mean, there used to be no contraception and there was so much religion was prevalent.
Yeah.
You had to, every time you wanted to have sex, you would have a child. So you couldn't really.
Do you reckon that? Do you reckon that was ever the thing though? Surely not. Like people didn't just have sex when they were having kids. Surely there's always been people. Well, I mean, that's how would have they done it back in the dark ages?
The dark ages.
Like, you know what I mean, though? Yeah, you're right. Like, contraception wouldn't have been...
Contraception was introduced in the 60s.
Really? The 60s? Oh, shit, we don't have to go as far back as the Dark Ages then. That's, like, real. I'm thinking, like, what'd they do? Like, get, like, a leaf or something, wrap it up. I don't know. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How the fuck... I mean, obviously, there's, like, the pull-out method, which is, like, the safest, they say, I believe, if I can recall sex education. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. That's
not guaranteed, eh? Not guaranteed.
Not guaranteed.
You still have a chance.
Man, there must have been a lot of kids before the 60s popping out.
Oh yeah, many.
Shit. And wasn't that like when was free love? Was that the 70s? Well, that's probably what happened. You know, the free love kind of hippie kind of era. Good thing they brought it in then. That would have been a mess. We would have been like we would have had to build caves at that point. Like we would have had to have caves. Yeah, man, that fucking... I mean, I don't know. I didn't realize it was the 60s. I thought that would have been... Surely they had forms of it, like, before that.
Maybe, I think probably, like small forms of condoms. But, like, condoms are still not 100%.
No. I mean, what is?
Make them really good.
But that's the thing, right? But then you hear people trying to have kids, right? You see all these people that shouldn't have kids, at least just yet, and they pop them out. Like, with no... Like, they don't want them, and they'll have, like... You know, 4 kids before they're 20, and you're like, and they're like, oh no, it was just happened. Like, how? And then you see people that are trying. They're like, oh, we're trying to have kids, and like they try like for like years and nothing, and it's just kind of crazy how that happens. I mean, I guess in a way that's like the best form of contraception if you didn't want to have a kid, but that's it's just kind of crazy that that China thing I had no idea about though.
Seriously? Wow. Oh, it's like it was a bad time, dark time in our humanity.
Oh fuck! I mean, what? So that's not happening now. I thought you were saying it almost as if
no, the one-child policy's like been abolished for good reasons.
Because someone was saying it recently as if it was like only a recent thing.
No, it's not recent.
Changing look, I didn't even talk about Twitch that much, but we'll get back to that in a second. Are you a Marvel fan?
No.
Okay,
I hate superhero movies. Okay,
me neither.
Okay,
I haven't watched. I think I've seen the first Avengers, and I've seen one Thor movie. But I've just noticed my mod DJ Fusion, Toddy the Moddy, is hard at work banning people because at the moment, you know how people are very, very nervous about spoilers.
Yeah, definitely.
Like people are freaking out, and we don't have to worry about that.
No, I don't care.
What about Game of Thrones?
Oh my god, you see today's episode?
No.
Oh my god, amazing.
Because I don't watch. I've only watched.
You don't watch it?
I've only watched the first 3 episodes. So that's another
season 1.
Yeah.
Well, you're not gonna care. Yeah, it's amazing.
Exactly. So I mean, okay. Look, I feel like part of me is saying I need to catch up.
No,
at that point, I don't feel like I could.
It's too late.
Do you reckon
It'll take you months?
What if I started just watching it from this new season or like 2 seasons ago? Do you reckon it's the sort of thing I'd be able to pick up?
Nah.
Really? You don't think I'd be able to like get anything from it? Nah. Fuck, I've just
it's such a long show. Damn. You have to watch it for ages.
All right, I guess I'll just go back to not caring about it then. You know, I didn't care for so long. And then the new season starts up, the last season, everyone's freaking out about it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm lucky in that way. I don't have to worry about spoilers, but I've just noticed already this stream. I don't know if we did a stream. This might be the first one since the new Avengers came out, but you definitely, I don't know if you had that in your stream today, people going through and trying to spoil the end of it.
No, I don't think they have.
Oh,
I
you
think it's
didn't.
special.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm even thinking with all the tech difficulties we had,
Uh-huh.
that makes me think I didn't change the title or anything of the stream today.
Oh shit!
I didn't change it, so it's still the same, just chatting.
Also, somebody subscribed, so.
Yeah, Kian, thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate it, dude. I usually thank people towards the end of it and send
Oh,
a
that's nice.
little saying. I don't like to break the flow sometimes. I feel kind of rude for the guest, but if you're calling it out, then that's totally fine.
Oh, all good.
Nah, good. All right, I've tweeted. I actually only just tweeted it out. I can't believe I forgot to tweet it out. It was those tech difficulties we had. But I always write it out. I always write the tweet out before we start, so I don't have to sit here kind of writing it out when the guest comes on. Yeah. Are you you're not much of a Twitter user? Yeah. Like I haven't seen you.
I don't know what the fuck it is. Like it's so American that I don't know what it is. I don't get it.
So American.
It's very. It's like I mean at school we never use Twitter.
Yeah.
Nobody uses Twitter. None of my friends have Twitter.
I mean, aging me. I didn't. Social media didn't exist when I was back at school.
Oh right.
MySpace.
Yeah, I used to have MySpace.
MySpace came out for me literally like the year I left school. Wow. That's how fucking old I am.
Oh my god.
I know, right? It's crazy. Like, so you saying we didn't have Twitter at school, I'm like, yeah, neither did I. Like, I didn't have Twitter at school. Like, Twitter wasn't even a thought in anyone's head at that point. Well, maybe it was. But yeah.
It's very American. That's what I've noticed.
I don't think it is anymore. I think I mean, you've done well without Twitter. Like, we have
Instagram. Australia is very Instagram. That's the thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I fuck with Instagram a little bit. Like I'm trying to get back on the Instagram grind. You're on a fair. You get quite a few like. I mean, you must have like a couple of photographers that you work with because your photos are very high end.
Oh, thank you. I used to be a model. That's why.
Yeah, right. Oh, tell me about that. What's kind of the come up on that? Are you?
Oh, I kind of got forced. I didn't get forced. I didn't want to be a model. I got like forced into it by a few people, and I fucking hated it. The whole thing is horrible. Like the modeling industry is fucked up.
Really?
Every photographer, like 90% of photographers you're gonna work with are fucking creeps. I used to have people force me to do nudes all the time.
Really?
Make creepy comments. Yeah, it's the worst industry.
But did you do them or were you?
No, I never did anything. Yeah. But people would try to force me. People would try to get me to break up with their boyfriend. They would try to do creepy shit during shoots.
Well,
I hate it.
It's funny you say that. Not funny as in like let's have a good old laugh. But a very popular photographer in America just got called out. He got Me Too'd. Me too. Yeah, he deleted everything. His Instagram is gone. His Twitter's gone. People made accounts that were like ban. I don't know if you've heard of him, Adam Chin.
No, I haven't.
He worked with a lot of big models, but also like a lot that were just starting, and that's where he got a bit. And there were young ladies that were showing like videos of them flipping through messages with him. And he was like, all right, well, I'm happy to do this one for free, but I'm going to need some encouragement.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? And then he's like, just a cheeky blowjob every now and then.
Oh, my God.
But the problem, not that, like, there's anything, like, I'm not victim shaming at this point. Yeah. But that's when the girl should have probably been like, I'm out. But she didn't. In the messages, she didn't say that. I'm not saying he's right in the right at all. But I think... Like you said you were like, no, I'm not going to do that. But
the thing is, it's actually not true. I wasn't, because when I started, I was 18. And when you have powerful men, when you have big photographers offering you to do shoots, they give you good opportunities, you are way below them. Like, in terms of status, you want to succeed in this business, and they kind of say you will not. Yeah, they have the upper hand. So sometimes to not upset them and not to lose your job, to not get shamed in the industry, girls say yes, just because they get scared, they want to get the job, they want to do this, so they think they're going to do everything to get the job.
I honestly imagine it's how Hollywood is. Like, I imagine Hollywood is. Because I was surprised in that way when they when all these models started the other day on Twitter calling out Adam Chin for all the stuff he was doing. I'm thinking, I'm sure he's a complete piece of shit.
Mhm.
But I'm sure he's not the only one. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
most of them.
Like
That's
I
the
was
thing
like,
is,
no way
yeah.
is he a special case. Like I'm sure
Mm.
it's very prevalent in that. But then I thought maybe it's not because everyone's so. But maybe it's because he's so big in the industry, and he
Yeah.
was using that as like a well, I will make sure you blow up if
Mhm.
you do the deed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm sure it worked plenty of times for him, but now it's ruined his career.
Well, even today, like honestly, like on this topic, exactly what happened today. I worked with this drug for about 3 times, but I have a boyfriend, so sometimes men are a bit more like, "Oh, okay, you have a boyfriend. I'm not gonna do that to you."
Yeah.
So I would travel to Melbourne and do the shoots with him. I would do some paid shoots, some not paid shoots with him, and everything would be fine. But he would still be a little bit creepy towards me.
Mm.
He doesn't give me back my photos unless like he's like, "Oh, I prefer them to be nude or lingerie." I'm like, "I don't do that. I'm sorry." And
Wow.
so I had a girl message me today who did do a nude shoot with him, and she was like, "Hey, Ricky's been really creepy towards me. He asked me. He said if you want to get the photos back, you got to pay me 1,200 the commercial fee, or give me a massage, or come over and stuff like that."
Oh shit. And
Yeah.
you know what
So
massage
mhm,
means.
yeah,
That
yeah,
massage is just like the in word. Like they
yeah. But
just
she has a boyfriend too. You know what I mean? It's like,
I think at that point when guys are creepy, I don't think they care. I don't think they
no,
give a fuck. If they won't care. Like a creepy dude won't be like, "Well, she don't have a boyfriend. I'll lay off." Like the only reason a creepy dude will back off is because they're intimidated at that point.
you think so?
Yeah, creepy dudes will be creepy dudes.
Mm.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, surely they feel like in this day and age of guys getting Me Too'd, guys are some dudes don't even do anything, but girls, like women, have the power now that they can
Yeah.
call out a dude if they
Mhm.
don't like them and say he did
Yeah.
this to me, and even if it's not true, and the
Mhm.
guy could lose their job instantly just on an accusation. So I'm
True, yeah.
surprised these photographers. It seems like that scene isn't affected by this.
It's not. I don't know. It's in a dark corner where nobody's
Yeah.
addressing anything. It's so that's why I
Well,
left it. I was like, I fucking hate this. Nobody cares about me or my feelings or what I say.
yeah, I mean, and the other thing is,
Uh-huh.
it must work for them like a lot because
Yeah,
it's
definitely. Mhm.
otherwise they wouldn't do it all the time. It's what I say about dick pics, all right? You know, guys that
Mhm.
send dick pics,
Yeah.
and you say like, you know, you go, well, no one likes getting dick pics because girls always complain about it. Of course, fair enough. I'm happy to say I've never sent one.
Good
I don't
job.
think I would have the confidence to do so, even if I wanted to. I think I'd be like, I ain't sending that. I'm too nervous. But and I've been married for a long time, and Tay doesn't even need to see that. I don't need to send
Yeah.
her while she's working away. Like, hey, check this out. But I always think, right, but guys do it all the time, and there's got to
Yeah.
be just this small portion of women that just I'm not trying to perpetuate I'm not saying to guys you should do it, but there must be a reason why guys think that girls want that, because I've never heard a girl say I want a dick pic. Please send me dick pics. Like
I've heard a few. I have.
I mean,
Honestly.
they have to be out there because some guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like almost an epidemic at this point that it's girls constantly say, "I hope I don't get a dick pic," but I
Yeah.
mean, it's kind of like that culture. It's like, well, this with the photographers, they're like, well, they must get a little bit of traction on their requests, otherwise they wouldn't keep doing it. If they got shut down every single time that they requested it, they wouldn't do it. They obviously know it works to some degree, which is terrible because there's people out there being manipulated. So
I do call people out though. I don't know. I feel like people should be scared of me because I had this one guy. Oh, I was so angry.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
so this guy, he was like a fashion designer in Sydney, and he used to come up to the club because I used to be a bottle service girl there, and he used to just chat me up, and everything was cool, and all these friends were there, and they would tip me, and I was fine. And he had me on Instagram. He's like, hey, I want you to come, like, pose for my new collection.
Right.
What do you think about it? And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Let me know when and how, and what's like the details of the shoot. And then a few weeks later, he just sends me a naked photo of himself, being like, "Are you ready for the shoot?"
Are you ready for the shoot?
Legit. And I was like, oh my god, you are gonna fucking die. I'm gonna I posted it on my Instagram. I let everybody know my feelings.
Maybe he just forgot he wasn't wearing clothes. He's like, oh my god, I forgot to put on clothes for that photo. I'm so sorry. I have this memory thing. I forget to put on my clothes sometime. That's
Definitely
wild. What confidence. That's a terrible confidence to have.
Oh yeah.
Where do you think they get that? Also, quickly, Amadillo, thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate it,
Yeah.
dude. Feel like I'll call him out on it. Where do you think they get that confidence from? Where do you think that starts? I would never have the confidence to, and I see myself as a pretty confident dude.
Yeah.
But where do you think people get that confidence to be so sexually outward to
I think it depends
women they
who you're
barely know?
speaking. Yeah, I think the reason why people used to do it to me, not always, but they used to see my Instagram photos and be like, "Oh, you're in a bikini. That means they will." I don't know why. I've had this so many times. Guys being like, "Oh, that means you want it." People have said that to me. You wear a bikini, you look the way like you do on Instagram. That means you want it. I was like, that clearly doesn't equate that I want anything. But they would get in this confidence because they think because of the image that I'm portraying of myself as a woman or the way that I look is because that I want it, and it's just like makes no fucking sense to me. But to them, it does.
Yeah, obviously somewhere along the line we've fucked up as society because we've kind of made it that we've really over sexualized a lot of shit, like you know, and especially growing up and whatnot. Like like guys will see girls in bikinis and go, oh god damn, you know. I mean, it's showing more skin. Guys are guys, not giving them a pass, but guys just have that instinct of being like, damn son, you know what I mean. But some guys just take it too fucking far. And that's the thing. It's and Instagram is a wild place. I mean, I would imagine get like a few requested DMs in that box because I see people are thirsty on Instagram as it is. And it's like, have you ever had people that are like overly creepy where you're just like, I need to report this person? Because I imagine there's people out there that just, or has it been pretty tame?
Yeah, I used to get them more. I don't get as many on Instagram, but Twitch has been really wild for me. Twitch is like a fucking alternate universe where things are just...
Well, Twitch doesn't have like consequences. I mean, it does, right, for streamers, but for viewers, zero consequence. People can make accounts and pretty much have nothing linked to their personal information. So they can just say whatever they want. No consequence. And that's where I feel like there needs to start being... I feel like you shouldn't be able to watch Twitch unless you verify an email. I think you should have to verify an email. Yeah. They say you can put your stream to email verification only.
Does that help?
I haven't tried it. I'm gonna say it probably does a little bit, yeah, because it's that extra effort someone has to go to actually talk. But I feel like then you're potentially losing out on other people that are just genuine but haven't even thought to do that, perhaps. Yeah. You know, just your basic users. So it's just it's. But yeah, Twitch is a wild place for thirsty dudes as well. Like, have you found it's been a bit of a... Because how long have you been streaming now?
Only about 5 to 6 months.
Yeah, right. And you've crushed it already because you're partnered already, which is wild as fuck.
Are you going towards that?
I was going towards that original... What, to get partnered myself?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, eventually. I'm just letting it... I've been on Twitch for like 3.5 years.
Oh, wow,
so like,
amazing.
Yeah, so I've been on like for 3 more years than you. I'm on that climb. It's like I've taken a lot of breaks as well. And like as soon as you take breaks, you come back to pretty much start from scratch, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You lose people. I've even talking to Holmes in 5, and I think he was on the last podcast. He has like 11,000 followers on his YouTube. And he was doing rework and he took a bit of time off and came back and he said it's just like starting again, you know? And that's just how it is on this stuff for a lot of people. Yeah. So I kind of regret taking breaks, but I'll get there eventually.
I mean, partners kind of worth it? I don't know.
I think it's becoming... The line is being blurred a little bit now because affiliate has so many perks. You've got
it's basically nothing changes.
Yeah, I mean, we can now make money through just being affiliate. We've got more emote slots now, whatnot. Really, yeah. I mean, a lot of people I think are wanting to be partnered for the tick and whatnot.
That's it. It's just a clout. It's just like, oh yeah,
it is, yeah. I mean, I'm happy to get there when I get there, or if I get there. Of course, I'd love to, but I think I'm in no rush. You know what I mean? I think I'll just I don't want to do like a push for partner. Did you do like push for partner or anything, or did it just happen?
I did, yeah. I just feel like if I was gonna dedicate so much time to streaming, I might as well just try that full month of it, because there's 3 streams a week. Where each of them you're going to get at least, I think, 70 views.
75,
which is like
average.
really high. Like that is fucking high. Let's be honest.
We smashing past that now. Today you had like 120 plus or something like that. So.
Yeah, but I mean, some days I have 20 viewers, some days I have 10, and some days I have like 150, and it's like, well, I can't fucking get an average of 75 each and every time.
That's a pretty like wild like variation. Like that's quite. Yeah, like what do you reckon it is? Do you reckon it's like, because some days you play games, some days you DJ and whatnot. Is the DJ days more like, because I know a lot of people like the chatting aspects of streaming and whatnot. And that's more of your chat days and whatnot, I believe. So maybe that's it.
If you play, I think, more popular games, you get more. But I'm just trying to have fun. DJ streams do really well. The way that I got to my average, which was kind of cheating, I used to kind of like a thought-ish thing to do, but not really, because I used to go to the beach and do like beach streams of me just chatting.
See, I looked through your VODs because I was like, all right, so I don't think I've caught yet a live stream of yours, which is crazy. But I've watched a couple of your VODs because obviously I can't even remember who recommended you. Someone recommended you to me, said you should get her on the podcast. So I followed you on Twitter, and then you commented on one of my first podcast posts about it, saying, hey, you should get me on. I was like, sounds great. That's easy. That works. It's nice when you get a little bit of an indication that someone's interested, because then you don't have to be like, hey, I hope I'm not bothering you. It was a bit easier to kind of go, hey, if you're still keen. So I was like, I'll check out your stuff. So I watched a couple of your VODs, like, just here and there. And I did know she did a bit of IRL stuff, and it was, at the beach super early in the morning, I believe. I don't think it was in the afternoon. I think it was morning.
Yeah, it was 6 a.m. because Europe, the best time to stream are like just chatting. It's like 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Because that's where Europe, America, and like the rest of the world is awake, and we're not.
Yeah, true. How'd they go? Like, because, I saw you in your bikini on the
one
rocks.
beach stream got 350 viewers, and I was like, holy fuck.
I think
it went to 400 at one point, and I was like, shit, okay, we need to chill.
Holy shit.
But Australian internet, if you ever done in real life streams, so bad. It constantly lags, it constantly cuts out. It's fucked. Well, you can't actually do it.
I'm wondering, I actually did for 2 weeks. I did nothing but IRL, and I don't know, it depends probably where you are. I don't know who you were with, but I saw it was cutting out a bit. In the VOD, but for me, I don't think mine cut out really at all. So I think it just depends on who you're with and location and whatnot. Because it's, I mean, Sydney internet is a real mixed bag depending on where you are. You know what I mean? You could have perfect internet one place, move a bit to the left, and you've got like no connection. So, but did you say you've got MBN where you are?
I think I do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't even have that yet. So I'm actually streaming right now. Well, actually, put it in perspective, I'm streaming right now off my mobile phone. Like that's
really?
I'm using 4G internet to stream this whole thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Because my home internet is so dodgy. Wow. So it's not that bad. It just depends on who you're with, I guess. But hey, if you still were getting like 350 viewers, question: do you think it would work for me? Like if I just chuck on a bikini. Surely, if a dude was in a bikini on some rocks, that would probably get some interest. People would be like, "This guy's a little bit wild."
The thing is, if you do, different. What I've noticed, because I do DJing, I think that's why I did well, because I'm doing something different. There's so many people playing games.
You don't see a lot of DJs.
If you do something different, if you have an interesting title, people love in real life. They love watching in real life. If you do it well, people fucking love that. And I wish I could do it well. It's so hard.
Yeah, I reckon you do it well.
If you do it really well, if you get like a fisheye lens, if you walk around the city, be interactive, super good. Like you could do super well on it.
A lot of energy. Did your IRL kind of like, was it just those few streams like on the rocks, or did you do more of the exploring around the city and stuff like that?
Just because I knew I had to do that partner push, and that average was like creeping up to me.
Yeah, and I was like, boosted the average.
That's why I'm like, I'm just gonna do 2 or 3 of these, and the average boosted up, so I didn't get stressed about it.
You obviously knew what you were doing because it got people in. But you obviously sustained it though, because people are still coming by. I mean, like you say that you know. I saw you live today. I think I saw you live one other time, and your numbers were super high up there. So obviously, what you're doing is working for you. I've spent 3 years trying multiple things. You know what I mean? Because I think that's the thing. Everyone's playing games on Twitch, and trying to stand out being just another person playing games, it's hard. Like, it's hard to get noticed.
Yeah.
So it's good to do something a bit different. That's why I wish
Mm-hmm.
I could DJ or play music or something, because I could do some sort of music stream. Have you tried Twitch Sings, by the way?
I haven't. Have you?
No. Oh, fuck no. Hell no. I am not a good singer. You do not want to hear that. Because you said you did a bit of singing growing up. I don't know if you still do. I mean, obviously it's not something.
Yeah,
you
I did. I
lose.
did singing in university, but I don't really like. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to sing on stream because I don't know. It's just a
Really?
lot of nerves. Yeah.
Really? I mean, do you
Yeah.
reckon, do you sing during any of, okay, I want to go back to the DJing stuff. I
Uh-huh.
saw as well you have a SoundCloud and you've got like maybe 2 or 3 mixes on there, like
Yeah.
house
Mhm.
mixes. Like, with that, what's the starting point? Like, with mixes and whatnot? Like, do you ever like sing on anything? Like, is there,
I probably will eventually. I just want to
Yeah,
get a bit
right.
better, a bit more confident with my singing for now. I'm just practicing more so at home. But
yeah.
I guess you need a really expensive DJ deck that costs $2,000, and then you can start making DJ mixes.
Right.
And that's when you get gigs. Yeah.
Wait, so what DJ deck are you working with? Because I remember looking into decks and I was like, wow, these are way, because I was looking at Pioneer and shit,
expensive.
and they're like super
Yeah.
expensive.
I got Pioneer RX2, and it's $2,000. So
Oh, they are shit. Yeah, it's crazy. It's good investment though. I mean, I guess that means that not everyone can just jump in and do it. It is funny though, like it is the sort of thing that people can't just pick it up and do
No
it.
way,
It
nah,
takes
you can't
so
just-
much, like with like what I kind of do, like photography and whatnot. Anyone can get a camera and take a good photo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with DJing, it's like it definitely separates the people that have an interest in it to the people that actually want to pursue it, because you would have to put
Yeah.
in some time to figure that shit out.
Yeah, time, effort, practice. But like, if you want to do it, you want to do it. I feel like a lot of people,
Yeah.
there's so many DJs that don't put in the effort, and I'm like, that's why you're not getting any gigs. But
Yeah,
Twitch is
right.
expensive too. I just had to buy a capture card, and that was
Oh
180
yeah.
or something, and I was like, fuck, like,
It all
what
adds
is
up.
that going to?
Well, that's the thing. Well, wait. So when you played
Uh-huh.
Outlast, did you play that on console or did you play?
Yeah, PS4. Yeah.
Really? Okay, shit. So you didn't play anything on like PC or anything like that? Ah, right. So you haven't delved into the world of PC. So you're a console pleb, huh?
Uh-huh.
Nice. Look, I'm a PS4 fan myself. What
Mhm.
other kind of games do you play? What's like the?
Horizon Zero Dawn is the one that I play at home.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Last
Good game.
Guardian. I like those two.
Yeah, I have both. I haven't played Last Guardian though.
So good.
Is
Oh my
it?
God, so
Wait,
peaceful.
That is the one with the big dog thing with wings.
Yeah, I'll show you. Where is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the dog thing. What is it? It's the most peaceful game. Like if you're
Really?
stressed,
I like a
It's
good
like-
relaxing game, so maybe I need to actually
it's relaxing, but
finally
it's, yeah,
play
this
it.
one.
Yeah, hell
So
yeah.
good. Oh my god.
Yeah, I
It's
might need to
just-
give it a go. I have it, and I
Yeah.
haven't played it. I haven't even put in the console yet, so...
Oh no, it's also it's kind of hard because it gives you no direction. You
Yeah,
kind
I
of
did
just
hear
figure it
that.
out.
Mm. Yeah, because I think it's a remake of, like, an old game or something. I could be wrong about
think so,
that.
yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
an old PS1
Mm.
game or something. So that's, yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. So you don't play any, like... Do you ever kind of get the urge to play, like, online stuff? The competitive stuff? Are you a competitive person?
No.
Really? Not a competitive person?
I am with like the thing, like, because I mean, I want to make music my full-time job. I love Twitch, but like, I probably wouldn't do it full-time because it seems like scary.
You don't reckon you try and pursue Twitch full-time?
I don't know what I would do. I think people will get sick of me. That's what I'm scared of.
I mean, that's the thing. Like,
Uh-huh.
naturally, people are always going to get sick of everyone. Like, not everyone's... Like, you always have loyals. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But people always come and go. But I think as long as you keep it up, there's always, like, you'll always grow. That's the thing about taking the time off and whatnot.
True.
And I don't think, like... Yeah, I don't think people would get sick of you. I think that there's so much competition on Twitch. Like, there's so many people streaming at any given time. So it's hard to get people to actually stick around without... I mean, we've all got, like, 2019 brains where we get distracted so easily or wonder what else is happening at any given time. We've got all these social media platforms that, you know, at any given time, you're kind of like, what's happening over there? What's happening over there?
True that, yeah.
And it's like, I always find it amazing that anyone sticks around, watches my stream at all, because it's
Oh.
like to spend that much time watching it when there's so many other things going on at any given time. It's like when I was growing up, there was, you know, you'd have like a basketball and a bike, and that would be it. You know what I mean? You didn't have all these
Yeah.
distractions.
Mhm.
But now everyone's got all these options available to them. But would you want to make it like a job, or is it just saying that, you know, you don't think you could? Or if you could, like if you kept blowing up, Would it be
Mhm.
something that you just go, fuck it, let's make it happen, you know? Or is it something that you
I
wouldn't?
don't know. I don't even know why I'm honestly like, I don't know why I got into Twitch, why I'm doing it. I have no idea what
That's a
I'm
good
doing
question, actually.
half the time.
I didn't even ask what got you into it. Like, what was kind of like the original? Like, how did you find out about it?
Oh, well, I like playing Fortnite, and that's so lame. But it was about a year ago, and I heard about Fortnite, and I heard about Twitch through that, and
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of people got on
yeah,
during
through
the
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
And I got the idea of being like, oh, I want to do like Fortnite streams one day, and I just never did it. And I
Oh,
was like, maybe I should
really?
do teaching. Yeah, but
Hell
I don't
yeah.
actually watch Twitch that much. I'm still like a dedicated YouTube person. I love
Really?
YouTube for
Yeah.
what
So
it is. Yeah,
you said you did a bit of YouTube. Was that on?
yeah,
Was that a different account that you did some YouTube stuff
yeah. Way
on?
different. I used to do like
Ah,
vloggy type of stuff, and it was like I love editing, and it was really well edited, really well shot. I have like good camera equipment. But it's also
really?
my parents started watching it, and I couldn't swear. I couldn't do anything inappropriate. So immediately I was like, "Let's shut this down. This is
Are your
it's
so your
not a
parents
thing."
are the type that don't like you swearing? I mean, my parents are
No,
like,
they're very conservative.
really? My parents always
Yeah.
told me not to swear, but as soon as I left home, it was like, well, too bad. Like, you know,
Oh, that's so good for
um,
you. No, my parents hate if I say anything inappropriate, if I swear. They're very conservative.
really?
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking? So you're talking about your parents because they're in Ukraine,
No,
yeah?
my mom's here, and I have a
Oh,
stepdad, and
she's
they're both
here. Gotcha.
yeah, and they're
Okay.
both very conservative. So
Right. So they started watching your shit. That's the worst when family members start
worst
watching
thing
your stuff.
ever. They
I've had
found my Instagram once, and they were like, "What is this?" I was like, "Oh my god, leave me alone."
Oh yeah. I mean, I had my mum a few times. Not that it's a big problem, but she came in my stream a few times. And I knew it was
Oh.
her, and it was nice, but I also straight away felt like, oh, I probably shouldn't say a few things here and there.
Yeah, you feel restricted as a person.
Yeah, it's one of those things because yeah, how you are around your parents. Maybe some people are different, but how you are around your parents as opposed to how you are maybe around your friends, or
100%, yeah.
yeah, it's so different. So as soon as they kind of come into that world, I tried not to tell everyone about it. Like I told people I did it, but I don't tell people, you know, about like what my name is on stream or whatnot.
Oh good. Same with me.
Yeah.
I would hate to tell my like people from school if they found out if I like I don't know. It's just weird.
Well, some people have said like people from their work sort of sudden dip in. They're like, I didn't tell you what I do on Twitch or what my name is. Like, you know what I mean? And
Oh
some people
yeah.
from their work will just jump in. I can't even. I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's like a separate kind of world. You just kind of like it's. I don't know. I think most people are like that. They want to keep it separate.
Definitely. I agree.
So the vlogs, are they still like around? Like, can people see
Nah,
them?
I got rid of them. It's too embarrassing.
Why? Are you kidding me?
I will start again. I want to start again, but I want
Doing
nobody
vlogs
to be
more.
fucking involved in it. I'm not telling any of my family, any of my family's friends. Like everyone can like go
Do you reckon?
away.
Do you reckon? How, okay. Does your family know you stream?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the house now, but I try.
Oh, okay.
I don't
So
think they
it's
really
hard for them
care.
not. Yeah, right. Man. So
They wouldn't know how to find me on this. They don't even know what platform I'm on. Like they really don't care.
that really they don't like grill you with questions like, what are you doing
No.
up there, huh?
See, YouTube is like so anybody can access it. Like your grandma is probably on YouTube. You know what I mean?
YouTube's
Like
a bit more like, yeah. I mean, I'm at the point where sometimes randoms will say like, what do you do for work? And I'll be like, oh, I'm a YouTuber. Because
oh YouTube, yeah.
I've said
Oh.
Twitch before, and everyone's going, Twitch, what's
What's
that?
Twitch?
And I'll just be like, I stream, and they're like a cam girl? They don't say that, but so wait, you get naked for money? Like, I don't know, they don't say that to me. Sometimes I feel like that would be easier, just for me to jump on a side of that. I wonder how I'd go on that. Probably not very well.
I read up on it. It's actually really hard because you have to sit there for many, because the way you make money through that, I don't know why I read about it. Anyway,
Yeah,
it was like
let's
live.
delve in. Okay, tell me more.
So it's actually really hard to make lots of money. You think that they would make a lot, but you have to
Yeah.
sit there on a live stream, just chilling in like your lingerie for ages until somebody pays for a private session.
Yeah, or like to do certain things. There's a site called Plexstorm, and it kind of brings the worlds of cam girls and gaming together. It's like Twitch.
Wow. Okay.
So basically, there'll be girls that play like video games,
Mhm.
but they'll have goals essentially below it, like show boobs.
Oh.
You know, and they'll have cum shows, I believe they're called, on this gaming site. It's crazy. Because I heard about this gaming site. I legit thought it was just an innocent gaming site. So I went there. I swear, Mum, I went there just thinking it was just a gaming site like Twitch, like this new kid on the block gaming site. I went there and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, what is this shit? People are like getting naked while playing games.
That's insane.
And then me and a couple of friends went back a few times just for a good laugh because it's pretty funny. Like there's dudes on there that is playing games just as if they're on Twitch, just completely fully clothed, just normal. But right next to them, there'll be a completely naked lady on the next stream, just doing a whole bunch of shit. And it's like, yeah, it's trippy, but that's the thing, right? And guys would be there just throwing money at them. I mean, the site, I don't think it took off. I think there was times where I'd see it and there was like not even anyone streaming, like on the whole site. Yeah, it is. I think it was too niche. I think it was a little bit too niche.
But I feel like Twitch was so. I think they keep banning people. They're very tough. Actually, I can see.
Banning people in what way? What way do you see them get banned?
Well, girls used to. So I was thinking, like, am I even allowed to be in a bikini on Twitch? But apparently, you're supposed to be in a setting that is okay.
Yeah, exactly.
To wear that outfit.
They
but
say
girls will
about,
wear lingerie on stream,
yeah, like when girls were wearing like sports bras but not doing physical activity. That's what Twitch was like, but if they're doing, so that's why you see a lot of girls doing like yoga, or they'll be like just dance streams and stuff.
Just dance.
The thing is, I had the stance that it doesn't bother me because I figure the viewers that watch them wouldn't watch me anyway. A lot of guys seem to have like an issue with it. But someone did bring up, someone said that they had a friend that's a female streamer friend, and she had a problem with it because it brings the wrong kind of mindset to Twitch. Like, guys come to Twitch, expect that's what the girls on Twitch are like, so they come to her stream where she's just a normal girl, not trying to, show off anything. She's just trying to do a thing. But they expect that she's just, like, it brings this kind of, like, thoughtish mindset to all these guys, you know what I mean? Like... And so I get it from her perspective. So it does kind of, in a way, taint maybe the reputation of Twitch, even though it doesn't bother me, but I get it.
No, I definitely get that. I mean, I have guys coming in, like, asking me to, like, do jumping jacks and, like, call me a thought or, like, a slut. I'm like, yeah, okay, just chill. But, I mean, honestly, I don't think it would ruin a female's reputation on Twitch if you just get to know the streamer. Like, I talk to my chat and people are like, oh, actually, you're actually really nice, and you're like that. Yeah. If you speak your like truth, if you tell them what you believe in, if you're like, oh, I'm not actually a thought, people will just stick around because you're a nice person.
Yeah, that's it.
Know, you know what I mean?
I think it's about how you. It's like even with like. It's how you approach it. I think if you like slag off on people that come through like that, I mean, some people are just instant ban, don't say anything to them.
Yeah, true.
But I think some people, you can always convert them. If they're not that bad, you can always just, I think people might come in with a particular mindset, but I mean, I don't know. These days I don't have to deal with that, right? Like I don't have to deal with those kind of guys. No one comes into me going open boobs or open bobs or whatever they say. So I can't obviously speak on how it would kind of be. I'm sure it wears a little bit thin after a while.
Oh, I don't care. I actually find it kind of funny now.
Oh, well, that's good. That's the thing. That's the thing. I don't know how people take it.
I have good mods. Like when you have good mods, they usually take care of everything before you even see. But if I do see it, I make fun of it and I laugh about it.
Well, that's it. I think the people that get... So I saw a girl recently, and it wasn't to do with any of this stuff. And it could have been a guy, and it would have been the same situation. But a guy came in trolling her, and she just got turned up. She got so angry, and it was something really minimal. It was over just a simple conversation, and she said something. I think she felt a bit silly because everyone kind of was like, "Oh, it's not like that." She said some fact, and it was wrong. But she got really like upset. She started talking really loud, yelling, kind of carrying on. So this guy kind of started trolling her more and more because he saw he got a reaction. And that's the thing. I think as soon as you give them like a negative reaction, the trolls know that they've got you. They've got you wrapped around their finger. They'll go in because they're like, perfect. I find if you don't give them any attention, they get bored. I mean, that's the thing. Like, no troll wants to say something to you and you just ignore them. Like, that's not what they want. So I kind of was watching this girl. I'm like, oh man, like you're completely giving them what they want. I'm not going to lie. I found it entertaining. I wasn't the troll by the way. I was just sitting back watching. But I was like, it is kind of funny. I mean,
I'm different. I give people, I actually do give haters and creepy comments attention, but I try to like turn it around to make it funny. Because I mean, it is still content. It is still like, I'm sorry, there's no light without dark. Like people are going to come in and call me a thought. I'm just like, oh, you're creepy, like stop. Like, you know what I mean? I've had people troll me, but I troll them so much harder back. Like I had this guy in my Discord the other day talk about how I should break up with my boyfriend and date him, and I was like, yeah, fuck you. Like I was like, oh, you should be part of my Scientology. Sorry. I kept talking about Satanism, and I was like, oh, I'm a huge Satanist. I hope you're okay with that. And I just trolled him so hard back, and
Are you a bit of it? You always said Scientology there. I'm starting to wonder if maybe you're a Scientologist, low key.
No, but I did model for the Church of Scientology 3 years ago.
Whoa. Okay, I need to hear about this
Yeah.
because Scientology is some weird shit. How did
It
that
is,
come
yeah.
about? And what do you even model? Like weird robes or something? I don't know what they wear. Like,
I'll tell you a story. Okay, so
yeah,
I used to do, because when you do like modeling, you also do a bit of like acting and weird like jobs like that. So anyway, my agent got this email being like, we really want to use one of you girls for one of our catalog shoots, and it was for the Chatswood store. Chatswood, it was like
the
opening.
church or whatever. Wow,
Yeah, the
I
church.
didn't know there was one in Chatswood. That's crazy.
Huge one, huge, like amazing,
Holy
incredible,
shit.
beautiful, like an art gallery, pristine architecture.
Really?
Yeah, amazing.
I might have to, if
So
it's still that, I might have to just go have a little peek in.
yeah, definitely, they have the address on Google. So
Wow, okay, damn.
so I don't know why they didn't use Scientologists, but anyway, they picked me because I was like really blonde at the time. I had platinum blonde hair.
Okay.
And I had to go in and I had to like put on a business suit. It was like for their brochures promoting the new church. So it was like all these business suits. They had like a gym in there, so I had to put all these like gym outfits on and like pretend to run. Yeah, it was fucking weird.
So it was like basically that's weird. Like
yeah, it was weird.
Was it uncomfortable or was it just normal? Are Scientologists just like us? Are they just normal people? Or are they
I love to think that they are, but most of them were from overseas. Some of them were American. Like most of them, because Scientology does this like program where they like, I think they their top employees get like rotated around different cities, different countries. So they get lots of opportunities. So I was like, wow, like it's a good. Yeah, I was like, this is all right. They're all really nice and normal people. Obviously, I don't believe in Scientology.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how anyone could. That's the thing.
It's a little bit whack. Like I read, because I was doing photos where I was reading one of their books, because they have like a learning institute. I don't know. It's like an actual classroom.
Yeah, right.
And it was just like stupid shit. Like it didn't make any sense. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but I let them live their lives. They're not harming anybody.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, not yet anyway. Just let them do their thing, and all of a sudden they cause a mutiny in the streets.
They're making lots of money, because the thing about Scientology, it's like tier money. I don't know. They make so much money. God,
right.
the place was incredible.
That's
huge.
Crazy. I mean, like, because you know where it started, right? It started from
what's his dude's name? What's the guy's
name? Like the guy that made a whole bunch of books. It was like
sci-fi books.
Yeah. So how the fuck does anyone believe that shit? Like, who reads? It's like all this. I'm surprised. What's her name? The Harry Potter chick. J.K. Rowling or whatever. Yeah. I'm surprised she hasn't tried to start her own
True.
religion, because people would. I mean, it's almost like it's so profitable. But even I'm pretty sure even the guy that wrote the books has come out and said, yeah, it's like not real, but it's almost like it's taken off. It's like, well, he's making money, so.
I don't know. I feel people, if you think about the psychology of people, there's literally, I think, 80 billion people in the world. I forgot how many billion. There's lots.
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm not sure.
So
there's a shit ton.
A lot of people that don't have like sustaining or fulfilling careers or fulfilling lives, like 9-to-5 jobs that are secretary, like hate their lives. Yeah. They will be more likely to, join these places, because you meet people, you get lots of good connections. As an actor, you get so many connections in Hollywood.
Yeah.
As a singer, musician, you get so many connections. You get a step up. Contacts. It's a lot of people join it for that.
You reckon, just for getting in with the group? Because I know quite a few famous, but I think there was definitely oh shit,
a lot.
Now I'm thinking, who was the main dude?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, Tom Cruise. Yeah, he was in on it. I'm like, dude, what's going on? Like the guy seems switched on. And he has money. Like, it's so weird. What do they get told where they go, yep, this is the religion for me? Like, what are they even told at the end? Like, are they told that at the end? Like what? I don't even know what their beliefs are. Do they think like there's a particular god, or there's like an after?
Something to do with an alien population.
Oh my God.
Something to do with clones. Something to do with Earth being like a clone planet. Something really, really really complicated.
Wow.
That's why I can't explain it. Yeah.
Wow. Tom Cruise. Thomas Cruise. What are you doing, mate? That's crazy. All right.
I think he wants power. He's probably fucking insane, man.
Dude jumps on couches. I mean, he's a great actor, though. Like, I gotta say, his movies are always so damn good. But just like, then you think, this guy is not switched on. This guy is a little bit unhinged. To believe in that shit. Look, I'm not trying to bash anyone's religion, but let's be real. Scientology is known to, like, it's insane. I mean, but then
I'll go.
again, then again, the Bible, Christianity, that's a book,
Yeah,
and people believe
it's true.
that. So I mean,
Yeah, and they believe that very much so.
yeah, and that's kind of crazy. I don't
It's
know
the
what your
same thing.
stance is, but
This is
it's
honestly
pretty
the same thing.
wild. Yeah,
No, I agree. Oh, I heard
it's
you speaking about like you not being Christian, and I'm with you on that. I'm very unreligious. I hate
why.
religion.
Well, I talked about it on not the last podcast, but the one with Tavor. I think it was like 2 podcasts ago.
Mhm.
And just I was saying that I grew up in a Christian family, and I was like part of the church for like 20 years or something like that.
Damn, wow.
And but not so much by choice. I was born into it, so
Yeah.
I have a lot of like I had a lot of time to figure it out whether I was into it, and yeah, as soon as I kind of became an adult, I was like, yeah, I'm not believing this shit. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah, I agree.
it's just crazy, and the fact that it's all kind of based off a book that's kind of based from the Middle East, where there's a lot of crazy shit going down and a lot of
Yeah.
horrible acts and whatnot. I'm like, why are we believing this book? Like, if they gave us a book now and said, hey, believe this, there's a God like that is, you know, do you think we'd be reading it in our Western society now and going, yeah, this sounds right? Like, no, fuck no. If the Bible came from there to here now, only just now, it'd be like, this is a load of shit. But for some reason, we believe it now. So I don't know. It's crazy. It's one of those things where I'm just like, guys, like, just think about it. Like, come on. But the Scientology thing's amazing. The fact that you did a model shoot.
I know.
For
I feel so special.
That's something to put on the resume right there.
I
Like,
know,
that's
right?
a thing. Maybe you'll meet Tom Cruise one day. Maybe he'll see your photos and be like, I must meet her. Her photos were exquisite. I don't know. Maybe one day I'd meet Tom Cruise. He'd be amazing to
Yeah, he'd
meet.
be cool.
He'd be an interesting, especially the Scientology thing and all. It'd be if there was a celebrity that you could meet and ask anything, like, who would you want to meet and what would you ask him?
Ooh, celebrity. Oh, dude, this is hard. I don't really like celebrity. I don't really care about celebrities, so I don't know.
Me neither. But I thought it's kind of, but at the same time, I feel like there'd be someone, even if I'm not talking, they don't even have to be like massive, you know what I mean? Like someone who's just like doing well for themselves.
I like Tom Hardy. You know Tom Hardy, the actor? He's really cool.
Oh, yeah. He's like Sons of
him,
Anarchy or something, right?
No, he's in so much. I don't even remember now.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen anything with him in it.
He was Bane in,
Oh, yeah. I haven't even seen that in Batman.
In
I
Batman,
haven't seen that either. I need to catch up on his work. What would you?
Yeah, he's just really cool.
What do you reckon you'd ask him?
I don't know. I just had dinner with him.
What was it like being Bane? Do the Bane voice.
Bane. Yeah, I love that.
Do the Bane.
Do the Bane.
Goodness. So you studied music, but one other thing I saw.
Yeah.
Do you like CSI?
No.
Okay.
See, people think criminology is like investigative work.
Well, you jumped at the gun. I didn't even say what you studied. Yeah, I want to delve into the criminology thing. Like what? So you did a bit of that.
I got a bachelor of criminology.
That's crazy. So like, what was the go with that? So how many years and whatnot did you study criminology?
The whole
I'm sure that was
4 years.
4 years. So you devoted 4 years of your life.
Yeah.
Study it. What was that like? I mean, surely that's not an easy course to play out.
I mean, I was about to do music and education because I feel like everybody who does music, they think they have to be music teachers because that's the only job you can really get out of music.
Yeah, right.
But I did education for a little bit, and I was like, "Fuck this! Fuck dealing with kids."
Oh
fuck
yeah. Anyone that's a teacher, brave souls. I don't know how they do it. Don't know how they do it.
The worst job ever,
Yeah.
and it was so boring. And I was like, I gotta do something else. So I just picked criminology, and it was fine. It's kind of interesting. You get to learn about terrorism and the mafia, and you get to learn about lore. I really like lore a lot. I wish I could be a lawyer in an alternate universe. That'd be really sick. But yeah.
Wait, why do you say in an alternate universe? What would be
it's way too hard. It takes so many years, so much work, and it does definitely pay enough.
Yeah, man. What was like? So that was like the goal originally. Was it like to be a lawyer?
No, I wanted to be I wanted to go into intelligence. I wanted to be like a spy.
Oh, no way. What was the inspiration? Like, what was kind of like, did you see like a movie? I feel like for me that'd be the sort of thing I'd do.
A movie?
Like see a movie and be like, I want to be a spy. Johnny English.
I don't want to give it away, but I know some people in it, so I know what it takes, and it's just like one of the career paths of criminology, and it was also really cool, like, as if you would want to be a fucking spy.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope. If you're a spy, are you able to tell people? Could never
No,
tell
you
anyone.
can't tell people. That's the
God,
thing.
so
That's what I was
it's
like.
you'd have this cool ass job, but then people would be like,
I
"What are you
know.
doing?" You're like, "Oh, I just work at a supermarket." Yeah,
That's it. That's
just
it.
work at
Only people,
Woolies.
the people that I know that are in it, they have secret jobs, and it's like so boring.
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of secret job? Like, what kind of jobs are like? Is this? What kind of job is a secret job? Like, are they like? I work
They
at a
have to
bank.
like a real job. Like I'm a tradie, or like
Oh, so it's
I'm a
like they say
secretary.
stuff like that. Wow.
Well, they actually do those jobs, like they do, but like very, very part time.
Holy shit! So you not only do you have to fake the fact that you actually have to do the job for legit. So while you're trying to be a spy, you have to do another job just to cover up the fact that you're a spy. That's insane.
It's so much
what
work.
a life to get into.
It is, and there was it's so hard to get into. So
yeah,
hard.
Right. A lot of people want to be spies.
There's a fitness test, which is fucking intense.
Yeah, right.
There's an intellectual test where they check you. I don't even know how to describe it, but they had like it's like a 2-hour interview where the main goal of it is like that you're not a terrorist, that you support Australia, that you're 100% Australian, that you support the Australian government, that you don't have any like conspiracies against the government.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'd be out the minute I try. I've already said too much on this podcast. I've done literally episodes where it's just me talking about conspiracies. I'm out of there. Are you a conspiracy person? We probably can't talk about it, just in case you want to go back to it. Maybe one day you'll be like, I want to be a spy. And and they're like, they find this podcast and like, oh, hold on a minute. We're pulling up the MattyAP podcast.
No, the thing is, you can't have anything online. Like, you got to be so clean. I can't do it. Like, I couldn't get into it.
Oh, man, that'd be, at this point, we're going to run out of spies. Who doesn't put things on the internet? Like,
I mean.
Like trying to find someone who's never put anything on the internet. God damn.
Or anything bad. Anything like
bad.
Even remotely bad.
Do you reckon you've ever put anything bad on the internet? Is it? I mean, you said you pulled your vlogs. Is there anything you've ever had on the internet that you've just gone, holy shit?
Oh, just like in a like half naked photos of me, I guess, like was bad. I just like like drinking photos, even like of you drinking or smoking. Those are no's.
Yeah.
In that industry. Yeah.
It's like once you put things up, it's like up. And now if the internet like just existing and so accessible for kids are putting all sorts of shit up. I'm so glad I didn't have the internet when I was a kid, because I would have put up the most embarrassing things.
Exactly, and you saying stupid shit too.
Oh
like,
man, game over for me. Like, so I mean, I kind of was lucky enough not to be in the era where I could have just grabbed my phone and taken any shot or any video and posted it. Now it's like, oh, we're going to run out of spies. We're not going to be out of spies. They're all going to incriminate themselves in their teens, and they're not going to be able to. They're going to be like, well, I said that. I mean, surely it's happened though. Surely that has happened. Surely they've wanted to become a spy, and something's been dug up at the last minute where they've just said something. Maybe just conspiracy on something, and they've gone, oh well, that's it. Can't have you.
I mean, they won't even tell you. That's the thing.
Oh, I guess they would.
I know. I don't want to freak you out, but we are getting spied on. Like, I know for a fact, every single camera, every single listening device, every single phone is constantly being monitored for keywords like to do with terrorism. First of all, to do with criminal acts like drug trade. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go destroy my phone quickly. So just give me. I'm just gonna go throw it in the fire. That's terrifying. Look, I have my suspicions, all right? Because, your shit's always listening to you. Your phone's always listening.
It is, yeah.
Do you reckon the government listens in on it?
I mean, definitely.
We've got to talk a bit quiet just in case they hear, but...
They hear everything. But the thing is, they will only put you... Because you can be on a list. You can be on a watch list if you're redlined, if you're, like, to known terrorist, if you're known murderer. They will listen to you 100%. But if you're a normal person... They will still record your shit, but they will not like actively go through it and be like, "Oh, that's what." That's
why I find it kind of crazy. I mean, surely people that are up to no good would never have like one of those Google Homes or Alexas or something like that. The things that are like, "Hey Google," like they would never have that shit. Because like, why would you want this microphone that listens to your whole family 24/7? Fuck that shit. I got one for free when I signed up for something with Telstra. I'm like, I'm not opening that box. It's still in the box. I'm not touching that shit. That's like a spy device. Yeah, man, it's scary.
I mean, can hack them. The thing is, people can hack them.
Are you type that covers your webcam?
Yeah, because honestly, I have seen too many dark web, deep web videos, and I know so many stories of people hacking webcams.
Wait, you've seen dark web, deep web shit?
No, I've seen other people talk about the dark web.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
I don't
what
want to
have
go.
you
I'm not a hacker.
seen? What have you seen? I've seen a weird video. The one video I can think of. I've never been in the deep web or dark web. I wouldn't even know where to get like there. Oh, yeah, just Google it. Dark web,
Dark
please.
web.
Just here we go. Dark web. I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, it's kind of a weird concept, isn't it? That there's this like dark kind of hidden backdoor to like an unmonitored. Like, it's insane that there's a place like that, and there's all sorts of like terrifying shit there.
I saw drugs on it now. Like, I have friends. I don't want to reveal my friends, but they get it. Like, they can buy weed and stuff. And
so just just give the names. The government's.
I just do the names, the addresses.
We almost have them. We almost have them. Move on in. Yeah, move on. We got them.
They buy weed and ecstasy of the dark web, and it gets delivered to their house in the post in like a day or two.
In Australia, in the post.
Yes, in Australia, in Sydney. Yes.
What? No one finds. Don't they? I mean, I guess I wouldn't have sniffer dogs for. Just your
apparently
common...
they only check international. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh,
they only check international.
Yeah, because it'd be too much money and time and effort.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be that many people doing it. Maybe there is. Maybe there's a. Imagine if you got someone else's supply. You know how mail goes there. Imagine all of a sudden, like, damn, got some dank weed. Don't even smoke it. I might have to start. It's free, right? Find out from the deep web. You get SWAT team storming your house. I didn't know. You line up a sweet doob. Can you tell I don't smoke weed? Listen, puffing that magic dragon. Sweet, man. 420. But yeah, I saw a video a while ago, and they put it up on someone did like a little like, I guess what would you call it? Not a reaction video, but a commentary on like a video they'd found. Mm-hmm. And it was of this Japanese, I think it was Japanese, it might be Chinese. This guy eating like soup in a white room, like in a bowl, and he's crying into the soup. And there's these two weird, like, they're just people dressed up in these costumes, but they're like, like mascots you'd see at like either a sports game or like at like a theme park, like they're dressed up in a full thing, as these like big babies or whatever they are. Oh, it's deep web, not dark web. All right, my mistake.
Whatever.
we don't know, dude. We haven't been there. Or maybe weird is that damn smart. We're trying to play. We're throwing you guys off the scent. Hope our weed supply gets here in the mail soon. Anyway, but this guy's eating soup, and these two baby things are like patting him on the back, but they don't say anything. And the whole rumor is that it's like his family were chopped up and made into soup, and they force him to eat it. And that's why he's crying into it. Yeah, that's the rumor. Apparently that video was but that might just be a complete made up story, but you just don't know. And it's stuff like that. It's like and I saw that, I'm like, that's creepy as fuck. I'm like, that's what's on. I mean, I can imagine that shit is out there. Like, I mean, who was I talking to? I might have been Tabor. Back in the day, dawning of the internet, there was a site called Rotten. Have you ever heard of it? Rotten.com. No. I think there's a few of them. And that the site, I mean, it's the sort of thing that you would imagine would only be able to exist on the dark web. And I don't know if it exists now. It possibly doesn't. It was just a website you'd go onto, and it was just pictures of people that had died, like in horrible ways. Ooh, like run over by cars and shit. I remember because dawning of the internet, when I was at school, of course, all the edgy kids are like, "Oh, you got to check this stuff out, man." I hate gore. Like, I can't do it. And also, I don't.
Horror games?
Huh? Oh, yeah, but horror games are. I don't like meaningless gore. Like, I love horror movies, but I don't like gory ones. Like, I can handle it to some degree, but I like a good psychological thriller or something with a bit more of a paranormal kind of vibe to it.
Have you seen Us yet?
I did. I saw that only like the other day. Oh, it was good. Look, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to like
ruin it.
Yeah. Did you liked all of it?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, I thought it was good.
I feel like it could have been American. But just feel like it could have been tied off a little bit better. I feel like there was a few unexplained. It was kind of a few things at the end. I'm like, they could explain that a bit better. But I liked it. It was creepy. It
was creepy.
I liked the way it's like,
creepy kids are like, ugh.
She's like, it's our house now.
Yeah,
it's so good. Is that good? They're practicing. Yeah, it's creepy. Yeah, the kid that wears a mask. Anyway, people probably haven't seen
that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I love it. Like, are you into scary movies? Is that like a?
Love scary movies. Yeah.
You do. What's what's a fave? If you had to think of like a top, I'm even trying to think of what my favorite.
House with 1,000 Corpses.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
incredible. Oh my
Really?
god.
That
Yeah.
sounds like it's gory. That has to be gory.
Yeah, it is really gory, but it's like it's really well made.
Yeah,
And it's
right.
funny.
Rob Zombie, dude, what's happened to that guy?
No
Is he?
idea.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't
Oh, he's making
really.
another movie.
Oh,
He's
he
coming out
is.
with another one with the same series of A Thousand Corpses. Yeah,
Oh
it's
shit,
another
that's
movie.
like that's a fair bit of time has passed as well. So
Yeah,
that's
it has,
crazy
yeah.
timing. Yeah. So you're not as much into like the paranormal stuff. Like, what do you think about like Paranormal Activity and stuff like that? Does that
The
fuck you
movie?
up a little bit? Yeah.
Fuck that. I saw that when I was like so young though, and I could not sleep for
Yeah,
2 weeks.
exactly. See that
Nah.
those are the movies that fuck me up. I mean, here's the thing: do you believe in the paranormal in any way? Like, have you ever seen
Yeah.
anything?
I've seen ghosts before, so I believe in ghosts, definitely.
You're probably the
Do you?
first person to say that on this podcast that said
What?
they've actually said. Yeah, I've asked almost not
Ghosts.
every.
I have. It's fucked up. I don't want to.
Tell me the story. Tell me. I need to hear your retelling. What happened?
So most of the time that I see them, it's just like basic ghost stuff where you just see somebody in the corner and you're like, okay,
Wait,
cool, it's a ghost.
I'm gonna stop you right there. You act like you see ghosts like every second day. What's
No, I've seen probably like 5 times, but the worst one that actually freaked me out. I see them. I've seen them. I mean, probably 5 times, but they never freaked me out at the time.
yeah,
But the one
right.
time that I did get freaked out, it's because it was daytime and it was in my old house. I used to live in Maroubra, if you know what that is.
Oh, horror capital of Sydney.
Maroubra. I used to live with roommates, but both of them had full-time jobs, so they went at home.
Oh
I
my
was
God,
literally
okay.
so stupid. I had my door open to my room, and I was taking selfies in my mirror. Stupid. I know, I get it.
That's not stupid. No.
I see a dude walking past
don't do it.
my door outside, like in a flannel, some like big, tall dude in a flannel. In my mirror, I saw him through my mirror, like outside, and I'm like, oh my god, there's someone in my house.
No way. And what'd you do?
And I'm
Did
just
you?
like, I come out. I'm like immediately like, who the fuck is in my house?
You went after
Nobody
it.
was there. Yeah, nobody was there. I start crying, freaking out, calling my
Oh,
roommate. He eventually
shit,
gets
yeah.
home. He was like, I saw the same dude a few nights ago. I just didn't want to tell you anything. He saw the same ghost, but like he was going to the toilet late at night, and he just saw this dude in a flannel, like the same
Oh,
flannel.
fuck that
And he
shit.
walked through him, and I was like,
Flannel?
oh fuck that, yeah,
Oh, they've got that trendy early
Trendy.
2000s style going on.
yeah.
Really dates the ghost, doesn't it? Like really puts him in a particular era. It's like ghosts in those creepy movies. They're wearing like creepy old fashioned clothing.
Yeah,
Ghosts
true.
now have progressed. They're wearing flannels and skinny jeans. You know what I mean? It's like we're going that far back. Like
Yeah.
I guess that's fucking crazy. You reckon someone had died in that house? Like
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Like the one person that I did see who died, I think maybe like I don't know, like 12, and I was at my friend's house and I was sleeping over, and her grandfather just died, and it was really late
Oof.
at night, and I literally just saw her grandfather, like the ghost, like the white, just
No
walk through the
fucking
kitchen,
way.
just pace around the house, and then he went inside her room. And then she told me, like, for a few weeks, I don't know if I believe her, but I feel like I should, because
What?
she would wake up sometimes and hear, like, old-time music in her cupboard, and she
Oh.
would wake up to this loud music, and she would come outside and be like, hey, Mom, why'd you put on that music? And she'd be like, what music? And
Ooh, fuck that shit. Oh my god. Why'd you put on that music? What music? And that's
And
the moment where
apparently-
you're like, oh
get
my
the fuck
god.
out of the house.
Yeah. Oh, burn it
But-
down. Not just get
Oh,
out of
yeah,
it.
I know. But
Fuel,
apparently it's
fuel
because,
all over the thing. Just wipe
yeah,
the
no, I
match.
agree.
Yep.
But apparently it's because he had his cross or something. One of his possessions was in her room, so
man.
that's when they got it out. He stopped
That's so
something.
weird. I've never seen a ghost.
Really?
Yeah, never seen a
Lucky.
ghost. Well, no, really? You reckon? Because I feel like I'd want to see one so I can go, all right, now I know. You know what I mean? It's like one thing
Yeah.
hearing, like I believe that they exist because I've heard so many people say they've
Say it.
seen stuff. But at this point, I'm like, but I still haven't seen
Damn it.
anything myself.
Tell me.
I've heard things though. I mean, after I've watched certain movies, like I remember Tay and I were watching a movie at her family moved around a little bit to some rental houses. We're in this house, parents are out, and we just watched a movie. I don't think it was even a scary movie. Her door was shut. I think her little brother was home, I seem to remember. But all of a sudden we heard like running up and down the hallway outside the door. And I went out and checked it out, and he was fast asleep. And the running was
fuck
stopped,
that.
and we're like, and he was complete. So there was something running up and down those halls, and it was feet. It was like human feet, like da 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 da.
That's creepy.
And we
So-
stopped and we froze for a bit. We were looking. I'm like, it's got to be Caleb. Like his little thing. Probably shouldn't say a name. Oh no, I'm gonna get doxxed. But anyway, but then I went out and he was completely just fast asleep. Definitely So that was some
that.
weird shit. But that's all
Yeah.
I've ever really, the closest I've had. I've heard a
You
lot
gotta
of
stay in
stuff.
creepy places then.
Yeah, I haven't stayed in enough creepy places. Well, hey, we're moving probably at the end of this year. Maybe we'll move into a creepy house.
You don't want that, man. It's stress. It is.
I can imagine. I'd want to move straight away.
Yeah, exactly. Same. Like honestly, like this is not worth it. Like every horror movie's like, oh, let's just stick around, see where this goes.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, no, get out.
But we say that now, but what happened with the Flano guy? He probably stuck around. Cause you
I
can't.
never saw him again, so I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So he didn't leave. It wasn't. But I guess yeah, if it's constant haunting.
Apparently, if it's constant, you will get it constantly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, I just feel like, yeah, I kind of hope I do see something one day, but I don't know how I'll react to it. It's like I haven't seen something for 30-something years. And I think all of a sudden, if I do see something, I'm just going to lose it. Like, I'm just going to freak out. I'll probably run into a wall and knock myself out. I just won't be ready. Like, because I feel like...
don't think it's like that. I think when you see ghosts, you're actually in the most calmest state you could ever be in.
That's what I've heard. Because Tay has a friend who apparently was painting her house. They just moved into a new house, and she was painting the house up on a ladder, which is dangerous for the fact that she turned around and her grandma, her dead grandma, was just standing at the bottom of the ladder, looking up at her. And she reckons that she just turned around and kept painting. I'm like, I call bullshit. Like, no fucking way. If I was like, I'd be like, Nan, get the fuck out of here. You know what? I worry. This is not coming from a dirty-minded person. It's just I worry that, you know, during moments of intimacy, there's going to be a ghost somewhere watching me, and it makes me uncomfortable because there's that meme where there's that young man and he's looking like he's about to, you know, have a bit of fun with himself, but his grandparents are in the clouds, like looking down at him, like, oh no, and I'm like, oh my god, is that how it's like? What it's? I mean, hey, if ghosts are there, I think about like, what are they watching me do? Like, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're gonna pass away thinking that you were just completely, you know, no one could see you. And then all of a sudden they're going to be like, all right, well, this is what we saw. Explain yourself, young man. And I'd be like, I didn't think you were watching.
I'm sorry.
If you were a ghost, what would you do? What would you do? Where would you go?
I don't think you have a conscience. That's the thing.
You don't reckon you could acknowledge things?
No,
really?
I don't think you can. No, 100%. The ghosts that I've seen, I do not acknowledge me. That I don't acknowledge them. They don't
what do
exist.
you reckon? What do you reckon they are then?
I think it's just energy left over from before they died. I think it's honestly just energy that we can't explain yet.
Like some sort of like reflection.
Yeah, I mean, our energy never dies. I'm going to get really spiritual here, but our energy constantly is moving. Everything that we do, every movement that we do gives off energy. It's kind of like physics. Everything moves into the space, so you actually live on as a being into space until space is infinite. So we never die, but I guess some energy gets trapped in the house. Something to do with that. It's something creepy.
Where did you learn this? Like, where did this kind of like knowledge come from?
I used to read a lot about it because I was seeing ghosts and I was like, what the fuck? None of my friends are seeing ghosts.
Yeah, I guess you at that point want to delve a little bit. You wouldn't be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I want to see aliens though. I really believe in aliens. I'm a huge alien viewer, and I've never seen them.
Well, yeah. I mean, do you reckon there's aliens? I reckon there's aliens that have come to Earth.
100%. Yeah. My parents have seen UFOs. The thing is, because where I live on the coast, because you're moving up, it's the capital of UFO sightings, and I've never had the chance to see them. My parents have seen 3 UFOs here, and I have 0.
What do they say they see when they see a UFO? Like, what's kind of the?
Just like a rotating sphere, like the same as always, like
a flying saucer.
Yeah, just like fucking hovering around the top of their house. It's like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, and then just fucks off.
I mean,
somewhere else.
Tay and I saw something a long time ago, and it was like a floating ball of light, but it was kind of low to the ground. It wasn't very big, and we thought it was like we're like, is that some sort of weather balloon thing? And we thought it was tethered to a house because we were just walking around. We were in like a suburban area, and it was like kind of just as it had gone dark. It was still pretty early in the day, and we thought it was like tethered to a house, but it was kind of lighting up. And then as we started walking, it started following behind us, and it followed us down the street a bit.
Seriously?
Yeah, this ball of light. It was like, but it didn't look alien. I don't know. But to this day, we still like. I thought Tay had forgotten about it, and she actually brought it up the other day. She was like, "Remember we saw that ball of light?" And I was like, "Yeah." We still don't know what. Now I kind of think, why the fuck did we not just keep watching it and try and like? I don't know. You know what? Now I'm thinking, what happened after that? I'm like, what did we do?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Men in Black came down and did the whole like. You know what I mean? Put the red light. Oh, just look here for a minute.
It could be. You don't know.
They're making a new one, by the way. New Men in Black.
I haven't seen the first one. Is it good?
You haven't seen the first one? The first one's great. Will Smith and
Oh,
that other guy.
I
Who is
forgot
that other
it.
guy? Oh shit, I can't think of his name. The old guy. Tommy Lee
I'm gonna write
Jones.
it down. I forget. Men in
Oh, it's a
Black.
great movie. I mean, maybe it doesn't hold up today. I remember as a kid, I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, great movie. Funny, but also insightful. But yeah, have you seen? Because there's two of them, I believe. There's two that have already two that came out a long time ago, and then there's a third one coming out soon. But it's like with different
Sick.
people, so it should be good. Because aliens, man. You know what fucks
believe
me
it.
up? Do you know what fucks me up? Crop circles.
Crop circles?
What the fuck is with crop circles? You know what
Oh,
crop
they've
circles?
improved. They've improved a hoax.
Have they though? Because there's a
have.
lot of crop circles. All right. Well,
No, they've improved a
so-
hoax. It
so-
was an artist. It was a team of artists that would keep doing it, and it was
around the
proved.
world?
Yeah.
Really? If you have like a knowledgeable, because I saw something only recently, like super recently, about someone that watches crop circles. I think it was a Vice documentary, and that was like very recent. So if he clearly hasn't heard the news in that case. I mean, do you
No, yeah.
do you
It's
not?
been two artists. Sorry.
But do you not reckon that an artist did it, and then he claims responsibility for all the other ones? It would be very easy, right, for someone to do a couple of them themselves, because they could do it, but then go, yeah, and we did all the other ones.
Yeah, you definitely could. Like terrorism, they're like, oh yeah, I did that one. And I did that
Yeah,
one.
exactly. They could just say, oh, we did them all. I mean, because I'm not, because as well, like, I wouldn't be surprised if farmers did it, because it brings attention to their farm in a way.
Definitely.
Like it gets traction, and might get them a bit of money. Maybe they can sell some alien merch there or something for a while. But I don't know. I mean, it's a shame though. I would love it to be something more than someone doing a hoax. Like I would love it to be some sort of weird energy signal. There were some dumb ones though that looked very like human, like
That's
pictures
what I
of
mean.
like an alien face, and it's like, okay, that clearly, and aliens are gonna be like, hey, selfie, like here we go, yeah, just like snapping it on. I mean, yeah, I don't know though. I hope we do see something in our lifetime. I think we're getting very close though. I mean,
I hope so.
they took that first photo of a black hole. I mean,
Yeah, that was
that's
amazing.
I mean, it did look like just a blurry Krispy Kreme donut, but it's like a start. They're getting somewhere.
Definitely.
Um,
Well, I believe in aliens because there's so many people from the government, so many important security people
Whoa,
that will be
you
like,
don't
yeah,
wanna-
it's definitely aliens.
all right. Well, I'm just in case you want to do your job as a spy one day. I think you.
Yeah,
I think that's
sick.
I think that comment is out the window. By the way, you're out the window. I mean, like it's like Area 51 though. Area 51,
Yeah.
they say that. I mean, it could just be weapons and stuff, but people say that's where they're keeping the aliens. I mean,
It's
I feel
cool.
like I don't know though. Whenever you see someone that actually says they've seen aliens, like actual aliens, they're usually a little bit like. Unfortunately, they never seem like the most switched on people. I mean,
True, and they're mostly American. Have you noticed that?
yeah, you don't really see like really switched on people go, oh, I did see, yeah, but then maybe they seem crazy because they're saying this sort of alien.
Yeah, no, it's
so I
true.
don't know. Maybe it fucks them up a bit. But some people
Yeah.
say they've been abducted. I think Tom DeLonge from Blink 182.
Yeah.
He has a full, like, he runs an organization, an alien sighting organization. Look that shit up.
Wow.
He's a certified crazy these days. I mean, they had a song on one of their albums called Aliens Exist, and he talked about, I remember because I had one of their albums, and at the end of it, they had a couple of live songs that they did at a festival or something. And they're on stage, and they're about to play Aliens Exist, one of their songs, and one of them says, yeah, Tom was abducted by aliens and probed in the anus, and everyone kind of laughs. But now he's like
It's
got
legit.
this actual organization, and he reckons he's being beamed up, I'm pretty sure. So it's kind of like,
Wow.
yikes. But why would they lie? You know what I mean? I mean,
Nah,
he's famous at that point. He's kind of got all the money. He's had the time in the spotlight. Like, why would he lie? Like, what? Like, and why would so many people? I get why, like, the average human, the average person that's, just working at Woolworths would be like, I saw an alien, give me attention. But, like, a
True.
famous person, it's kind of like, well, what are they getting out of it? Like, if anything, they know they're going to make themselves look crazy saying it, so they must be pretty sure they saw something.
Exactly. No, that's so true.
I mean, it's
That's so
one of those things you
true.
go way up, like, how... I mean, people say they've been abducted. I mean, ooh. Would you want to... you know what? What the shit? I'm wearing a shirt, literally, with, like, it's a flying saucer with little people and one's being abducted into the beam.
That'd be sick. Being
I
abducted
didn't even
would be
realize I
awesome.
was wearing that. Would you reckon, though?
Yeah, it's
And then
like
they do
half-half.
and then they do
It could be
experiments on you.
really bad or it could be really good. They'll either kill you. There's been cases I remember reading that they take just parts of your skin or your body, so you get like these weird shapes in corpses, and they're like, "What is that?"
Well, you
I don't
know
know.
what? Come to think of it, people go missing.
All the time.
Like, not just kids. It's not like some creeper is snatching. Just it's like
Mhm.
dudes go like dudes that no one could probably take them down easily,
Exactly.
and they just go missing.
Can I tell you something crazy though?
Yeah.
So when I was gonna be a personal investigator. That was the job that I wanted. After I was like, fuck intelligence, that's too hard.
Yep.
So I went in for an interview, and the guy was really really nice, and he talked to me about what the job's like, and he was saying that some people want to go missing. Part of my job would be to make people want to go missing. So some people, because they're chased by the mafia or they don't want to be with their family anymore, they want to die, they want to disappear.
Yeah.
You go contact the personal investigator, and you get proper documents, there's a proper way to go about things to disappear.
And you start a new life, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there's people who disappear because they there's people that go missing because they want to disappear.
No,
You
that's
find them in
true.
Germany. Yeah, you just don't know about it.
I'm sure that shit happens all the time when they're like their life is in danger or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that's wild. I mean, you'd have to really feel like something's out to get you to take that.
Or you just hate your life. I don't know. Because he was saying there was this recent case that I had the interview ages ago, but he was saying the recent case was they were trying to find a missing person that's been missing for like 5 years, and finally they got a link, and he was just in Germany chilling,
just
like,
chilling.
wanting to disappear.
Holy shit! I mean, do you reckon that's the thing? Because they probably can't tell their family because they don't want to like just one person slipping and saying what their name is over there or where they are. Yeah, and then it doesn't stay secret. They would have to keep that absolutely secret.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost like you wouldn't want to know anyone here. Like before that, maybe if you were like completely didn't have any family left, you had no friends, maybe. But man, people that like just up and leave their fam or something like that. I'm sure there's people that have done that and let people worry about them. That's pretty rough. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I can't imagine doing that.
Sorry, imagine having your husband or wife disappear and you're like really sad, and then you find out like 5 years later they just fucked off to Hawaii.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm sure that's happened. I'm sure that shit's happened because I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of people that have wanted to get out of a relationship, like they've been married and they just kind of, but they don't want to do the heavy lifting of breaking up with their partner of so many years, so they probably just disappear.
Yeah, they do. No, honestly, it does happen.
Guaranteed.
It sounds crazy, but it happens more often than we think.
Yeah, which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
That they could actually let someone worry, as well. Like,
it's really horrible.
Yeah. Man, there's some crazy people out there that do some crazy shit.
I agree.
Like, that's for sure. But look, all I know at this point after this conversation is I just want to see a fucking ghost finally, because I haven't seen anything yet. And maybe I'm not gifted. Maybe you need some sort of. Maybe there's something you need.
I don't think it's gift. I think it's just like you just happen to be at the right time, at the right spot at the right time.
Yeah.
That's all I think it is. Yeah.
Well, I will keep.
Rare.
If I ever see a ghost, I'll let you know. And if I see the Flano dude, I'll be like, I saw Flano, mate.
Flano dude.
Flano dude. That's crazy, man. He's just so casual. Just dress casual. For you. Why do you think they're wearing clothes? That's the weirdest thing. Like, why do you think ghosts aren't just naked as shit?
No way.
Just walk around, like, so weird that they're wearing clothes.
I'll tell you a crazier story. Okay.
Oh, I'm ready for a crazier story.
I've met so many people that have been legitimate psychics.
Right.
So there are 2 people that really stand out that I really believe. So this is one guy who's a photographer, and he lived in India most of his life, and he was a psychic since he was a kid. Child, he would see ghosts, dead people, and he just knew that they were dead.
Holy
so his grandmother had the same gift. So every time he would go over to his grandmother's house, the grandma would have friends come over, and the friends would be dressed in all these white fancy clothes, and there were dead people that she would just speak to. They were her friends coming over to visit her when they were dead. And basically he's like, I don't really like this. It freaks me out. So he just decided to block out this gift, and he doesn't really see anything anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And they would just walk through walls, like just come over to their friend's house. It was fucked up. It was weird.
Yeah, that's some weird shit. I'd be out of there. I mean, but I do wonder though if it becomes like, if you see it enough, surely then it becomes a little bit like you would adjust to it like anything.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh yeah, just like you'd know that they're dead. Like it's something you adjust to. But he just didn't want to. His grandmother, I think he was saying, was really forceful towards him because he was the only one with the same gift as her. So she kept being like,
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta develop it, you gotta do this and this and that. But
Yeah,
he didn't want
man.
to do that.
Bit of money to be made in that if you can actually
Oh
do
my
it for
god,
real. If you can
yeah.
actually talk to spirits.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I think anyone that actually does say they talk to spirits, like when they call upon like family, you know, like there's that Tyler Henry, I think his name
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
The medium to the stars. And I
yeah.
just don't know. I think either he's full of shit, which I don't know what your stance on it is, or he's not actually talking to them. He might be talking to some sort of, I mean, he could be talking to anything. You know what I mean? They just are manipulating, or I don't know. It's like hard to
We don't know,
know.
right? We just don't know. Like it's not something you can prove or disprove. That's the thing
No,
about it.
but you hope that he's not preying on essentially people. I mean, it's
I don't think you can. It's really hard to do that. I believe it's
there's
really
been a
hard.
couple of people I think that have probably done it.
Yeah, definitely.
The weird thing I find though is that I don't know if you've seen the show, the Hollywood Medium or whatever.
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
And
sorry.
he's there with his notebook and he just has a pen or whatever and he's just scratching away.
Yeah.
It's the creepiest thing, dude. Why do you have to make it creepy? Like, and then he gives him this paper with like these weird scribbles on it, and it's like, what is that? Like, do you have any idea of like why someone would need to do that? Do you reckon that's just for a bit of like TV effect?
I don't
Surely
know.
that's a little bit of just something to be like. Maybe it's like a magician. You know how they do like sleight of hands? Maybe it's like they do that, like scratching, and it kind of distracts them a little. I don't know. I would love to know. I mean, CJ said I've got a few friends that talk to spirits, Captain Morgan and Jack Daniels, to be specific.
Jesus Christ.
I'm pretty sure. Wait, is Captain Morgan an
Yeah, it is.
alcoholic beverage? Okay,
And
because
Jack
I know
Daniels.
If it wasn't for Jack Daniels, I'd be like, oh, cool, they're friends of yours, are they? Yeah, crazy. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm sure that's happened a few times to people.
Once I don't know. Have you heard of the psychic twins? Sorry.
The what?
Psychic twins on YouTube.
No. I might have
That's
to
the
check
one that I don't believe in because they go to all these YouTubers' houses and they make really generalized. They make predictions.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah.
That's when I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't think you're correct at all.
And they're pretty popular as anything, huh? People probably
Yeah,
buying
half.
it.
Some people are like, this sounds like bullshit, and other people are like, oh no, they're twins. It's really cool.
Well, I mean, even if you were able to do it legitimately, there's always going to be people like, no matter how believable it is, there'll always be people skeptical of that because I think it's so divided in who believes what. You know what I mean? Same with Christianity, same with anything. It's like there's always going to be like that kind of half and half belief. No matter how real it seems. Oh, I mean, unless everyone all of a sudden sees some shit, then obviously I have no choice. I really would love that though. I mean, I feel like I do wonder if the world would be a better place if all of a sudden we just got the answers to the universe. You know what I mean?
It would be amazing, yeah.
Do you reckon it would be a better place, or do you reckon all of a sudden it would just be more mayhem? Do you reckon? I mean, I always wonder that if we knew definitively why we're here, where the aliens are, what they're like. I don't know. I reckon we'll just be enslaved. To be honest, they'll probably if they're stronger than us. Honestly, we have to worry about like people on our own small planet trying to kill us. You know what I mean? Let alone a whole new race of aliens who have all these, you know.
I still think though, because I guarantee you they've visited us. Because in the Bible, I know it's conspiracy theories, but there's accounts of like UFO-shaped things floating in space, and same with Buddhist paintings. There's lots of UFO-shaped.
Yeah, true.
So I think they did come, and like ages ago, and they were just like, let's leave these people alone because they're so underdeveloped.
But how do you know? But that's the thing. Surely it's not just one alien race. It's probably shit tons. So
Yeah,
that's
well,
the
they
thing. It's
think
probably
reptilians are among us, and I'm like, maybe.
I don't know about that. That seems like a mad meme. That
I know,
sounds
right?
like such a meme at this point. Maybe people turn it into a meme. I mean, they say what's his name? What's the Facebook dude?
Oh,
Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, they say he's reptilian. I mean, I'd maybe believe that. He's a bit weird though.
He's weird, but
he's a bit.
What tech giant isn't fucking weird?
That's true. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. He is a little bit. Well, I mean,
He's just a nerd. He's just a fucking nerd.
Yeah, that's it. A bit socially, maybe not.
I can't see him being like just Tom Cruise and be like, yeah, I'm a tech giant. I create Facebook.
Yeah,
really
exactly.
It just doesn't work like that.
That's weird though. It's because like, have you seen the movie The Social Network? Where they?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't? because it's like, I mean, Mark Zuckerberg, whenever you see him like announcing something, he doesn't seem like that out of touch. He seems like, I don't know, I guess I haven't seen a lot of it, but the movie really paints him out to be a real dick, like a
Oh,
real,
that's mean.
yeah, like I'm sure he okayed it. I mean,
Yeah.
surely he would
No,
have to.
I don't think so. There's been plenty of movies made about people that they don't approve of it. You don't have to get approval.
Do you reckon someone could make a movie about one of us and it just do you reckon people are able to do that?
Yeah,
Make a
100%.
movie about just a random person and just paint him in a bad light? I mean, surely that's like defamation 100%. At some point.
No. So there was a movie actually recently made. I forgot what it was called. It was about black, because I like metal music. So there was black metal in Norway, Sweden. Fuck.
Sounds like a place where.
Yeah, sorry. It was Norwegian black metal, and they used to like burn churches, and there was a murderer involved in it. And anyway, they made a movie about it, about one of the guys called Varg, who's alive right now, and he was like, I hate the movie. They didn't portray him correctly. He had no say in it. You know what I mean?
Shit.
They just used his story and made a whole movie out of it.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, well, there you go. Josh said, no, he said 90% of the movie was fiction. So yeah, Mark.
Exactly.
It's like, that must be rough to have a movie made about you and then they just completely fuck it up and make you look like a complete dick.
I mean.
Jeez, yeah, exactly. You said you're into a bit of metal music.
Yeah, I love metal music.
I wouldn't have pinned that. I love a bit of heavy shit. What kind of bands? What's like some of the top? I mean, you might be in even more heavier shit than I'm into.
Periphery.
Oh, yes.
Sugar. God, I can't think. I'm so bad at thinking.
I know.
Right
whenever someone says what kind of bands you into, there's almost too many to
12
recall.
12 Ninja. I've seen 12 Ninja a bunch of times.
I've heard of them, but I haven't listened to them.
Really cool. They're awesome.
Periphery is definitely one. There's a few bands that sound like Periphery going around at the moment. I can't even think of the name of it, but yeah, the Gents shit, yeah.
Love Gent, yeah.
I mean, there's so many good bands out there at the moment.
So many. I love going to live concerts. I mean, there's no other live concert that kind of makes you like it's like a release. You're like, yeah, like I can fucking bash people, not bash, not actually like beat.
Would you get amongst it in the mosh pit? Are you a mosh pit?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
Really?
I went to SoundCloud, the last one. SoundCloud?
SoundCloud. I went to SoundCloud. Yeah, just went in the computer. Yeah, Soundwave. I didn't get to go. It's gone now.
Yeah, that's great.
But they got Unify now, which maybe isn't as heavy.
Apparently it was awesome.
Yeah, apparently it's good.
Yeah.
I think
was it Unify?
Like the Unify Gathering.
Download came a few.
Oh yeah, Download. Yeah, because that's got more like they've got more of some of the older crowd, like maybe a bit of like Disturbed and shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I used to get amongst it in the mosh pit. I used to love it. But I had one situation because I get sweaty as fuck in the mosh pits. God, yeah. Can be to a disgusting degree. Mm-hmm. I once came home and my arms broke out in this rash, like pimply rash, like pimples all over my arms. It was just I was like, I've caught a disease. I caught a fucking disease because it was so sweaty in the mosh pit. You're like rubbing arms against everyone. You kind of pushing everyone away. And I came home and I just the next day broke out and I was like, I'm never doing that again. And I have since, but god damn. Like I'm like, I thought I had some sort of disease I pray would be stuck with for life. But you just don't, like you're meshing like fluids with like all these random people. Mm-hmm. And like the germaphobe in me kind of goes, ugh.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think I've gone to the age now where I'm like, I can't deal with this shit. Cannot deal with this shit. You still love it though.
I haven't done it as much because I got my implants and I'm kind of scared that if somebody just punches me in the boob,
shit.
It's really bad. I haven't gone since then, but I used to really love it and I used to go crazy. But I did get
that stuff out.
Some girl was like fucking crowd surfing once and she like kicked me in the face and that really hurt.
Oh fuck. It's dangerous. I mean, people get fucked up in the mosh pit. I mean, back in the days of the big day out, I believe, Limp Bizkit was...
people are really nice. Metal people are really kind.
Yeah.
If you fall over, everyone helps you over. People stop everybody. It's like, hey, wait, people, they will never let you get hurt.
Well, other than a few situations, because Limp Bizkit had a show a long time ago, early 2000s, where a girl got trampled to death. I think it was a big day out.
What?
And she died at the fucking event. Yeah.
Are you kidding?
I remember they I don't think they played again. Well, out of respect as well, they didn't play for the rest of the tour. But yeah, that was a long time ago.
Oh my god, that's fucked up.
I think that kind of opened a lot of people's eyes to being like, let's try it. But that was probably 15 years ago.
Holy fuck, that's so horrible.
But can you imagine playing on stage and then just having that happen? I mean, what
Yeah.
like what do you do?
I know, it's fucked
I believe it's happened a few times though.
Yeah.
I did see something amazing though. I watched I went to a show and I think it was a Bring Horizon one. Back when they were a bit heavier. And they had Mice and Men, and they also had a band from Japan. Crossfaith. They had a band called Crossfaith.
Oh, Crossfaith.
And during one of, I can't remember who said it was, but one of the dudes, I think it was the drummer from Crossfaith, runs out on stage and he launches off the stage to crowd surf, but he didn't make it, and in no joke landed both legs either side of the barrier. Just launched up and bam, right in front of me. And I was like, oh, like, I mean, like maybe a meter down the, and I was like, oh my God, I'm thinking, what? Where's my phone? And he like got up, but he was like, when he landed, he had the, like the face, like, I just landed on my nuts. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen at a show. Like he did not, it's like one of the things you'd see on like a fail video.
Yeah.
But I saw it with my own eyes right in front of me. I was like, this is my favorite day ever. And then he got back up, like the security helped him back off the stage and he ran back holding himself. And I was like, yep, probably won't do that ever again. Have you ever seen like bad, like looking up like bad crowd fail, like compilations, like people that just don't make it to even the crowd?
Oh, no,
or when they dive and the crowd just separates and they just straight to flat ground. There was a dude, recently, the band, it's an Australian band. Oh, fuck. What are they called? Anyway, Australian band. They've been around for a long time. They're not really like, they're an old punk band.
Yeah.
And they kind of, I guess, were still kicking, still doing their thing. And I believe the bass guitarist, I think people were kind of getting at him to crowd surf. And he was like, all right, fuck you. Oh no, that was what it was. He did this big speech. On stage, like, you kids of today don't fucking know how to crowd surf. Like, getting up everyone. Like, you don't know how to crowd surf. You wouldn't even, you don't even, you guys suck at it, all this. Like, he did a fucking big speech. So he's like, let me show you how it's done. You're not breaking, like, both his legs and his arm or something. He jumped off and he fucked himself up. Like, broke, like, a whole bunch of bones.
So much.
But the best part was after he did this big speech on how people don't know, like kids of today don't know how to crowd. What was that? Crowd surf. And then straight away he did it and fucked himself up. And it's like the irony of that, like to go on this big rant and then like that's embarrassment. Like
that's horrible.
Like how do you come back from that? You know what I mean? No one's ever going to listen to words you say after that because you've just spewed all this like knowledge on people. This is how you do it, kids. And then you fuck it up. That's the worst. It's like maybe if he didn't go on the big like rant about kids today, he might have been okay. But crazy. Well, there you go. Well, we've got a bit of an insight into you today, from criminology to aliens to ghosts to criminology and aliens and ghosts again, Twitch, DJing, metal music, whole bunch of shit. That's some bases covered. That is some bases covered. But it's been an absolute pleasure. I probably kept you a little longer than I originally intended.
Right.
I'm trying to keep them under 2 hours now because we had a couple. We had one that went for almost 7 hours, which is ridiculous.
Are you kidding me?
No, it went for like almost 7 hours because it was like I just didn't put a time limit on it. So we just kept chatting. And I'm like, no one's listening to this shit. It's going to, like, who's going to sit down and spend a day listening to it? So I'm trying to keep them under 2 hours now, starting from today. So, but it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Hopefully even maybe one day if you're ever keen to come back for another chat, it'd be an absolute delight to have you. But where can people find you? What's the best places to, obviously in a professional sense, not like your home address or anything like that. Oh, you actually thought I meant? Okay.
No, I didn't. I just have to think about. Everything's under my name, Irina Shyshko. I have nothing else is under another name. So
yeah. Oh, you're lucky. Well, there you go. So, yeah, I mean that's the thing. Most people that come on this podcast, they have a few different names across the board because it's day and age trying to. But I guess your name's quite a name. Yeah. So it's probably not taken by a lot of people. That's good. Lucky. All right. Well, you know where to find her. Go follow her on everything.
Thanks, guys.
And make sure you hit her up on Twitter. Get her starting to use Twitter a bit more. Because it's not American. It's Australian, I swear.
It's not American.
It's not American. But have a great night. I hope I'll dip into one of your streams soon enough and come listen to some sweet music.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you for coming on. Absolute pleasure. Take care of yourself. See ya. Bye.